We're live, so we're just waiting on our guest. She confirmed she's going to be here, I guess, any minute now. So we'll just give her a few minutes. But yeah, this is going to be a good debate. I think there might be two. I think there's another guy who wants to debate me afterwards, but we'll see if he comes through. I'm a little 50-50 about him, but I'm pretty sure this chick is going to come through. She confirmed. We were chatting today, so we should be good. She might just be having tech problems or whatever. But yeah, we'll probably go for like an hour and a half, do some good debating shit and whatnot, and answer questions. But yeah, should be fun. Let me see what her response is. She might just be struggling with the StreamYard. But anyway, if you guys have any questions in the meantime, before we start, I'll happily answer them while we wait. Dum 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 dum. Let's see. Oh, wow, we're getting pretty low turnout to start. We only got 13 live viewers. Just hopefully this is gonna get like amped up a notch. I'm sure it will once she joins. Rhaegar, you want to say hi to the camera? Come here, you fatty. Come here, fatty. All right. Do you prefer cold approach or online? I like both of them. I don't have like a strong preference, like whether I like one or the other. They're both good in their own way. I kind of like being lazy and sitting at home, so maybe online. Which state in the U.S. do you think has the hottest girls? I think Florida probably has the hottest girls. California being close second. Which debate was your favorite so far? Ooh, there's been so many good ones. I would say the one with Destiny was quite good. Oh, there we go. There she is. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Solid Friday.
Cool. So should I call you Miss Bot or do you have a first name or?
You can call me Sam.
Okay. Figured your first name is Miss, last name is Bot. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Make me feel
Um,
like restorative. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. But yeah, so the way I always do these is we just go through like one point at a time. We discuss it. Once we get to the end of it, we can just move on to the next point until we get through all the points. Pretty casual. But yeah, I'll let you kick it off. Just start off maybe with a quick introduction. I know you're a content creator on TikTok as well. Coming in at like 300,000 followers, 400,000 followers. So you're doing pretty good, better than me. But yeah, you can start off with a quick intro, who you are, what you do, and then we'll get into the disagreements.
Sure. My handle's Miss Bot. Like I said, my name is Sam. I make content mostly business related, but also like communication advice. On TikTok, it's not like a full time focus for me, like it is, I think, for you. My full time job is a business consultant, so I work in a pretty large investment space. I try not to share too much about my actual work. I work in technology and investment management space, consulting for businesses.
Cool. Okay, you got like a legit job. It's rare on TikTok nowadays. Okay, so what? I'll let you kick it off. What was like your one of your first disagreements that you had with my content, or any point of contention you had?
Sure. Well, so I'll just be honest. On the whole, I have a lot of concerns with maybe the long-term effect or like the messaging that you demonstrate in whole on your content. But I don't think we're going to get very far in me trying to convince you that what you're doing is wrong because I know that you spend a lot of time and effort trying to accomplish it. So I thought it actually might be better for us to start at a place where we can find alignment.
Okay.
And I think that's probably around what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So I was hoping we could just start by me asking you a couple questions to get an
Sure.
understanding of what it is that you're trying to accomplish on your platform.
Yeah, sure. That's totally cool. You want me to answer that? What am I
Yeah,
trying to
you
accomplish?
might.
Yeah, sure. Well, I wouldn't say there's like one main overarching goal or something like that. I'd say it's a combination of things I'm trying to accomplish. One is I definitely want guys who are struggling to talk, communicate, interact, date women to have practical, tangible advice because the unfortunate reality is the vast majority of dating advice on the internet, over 90, maybe even over 95%, is complete dog shit. It's either they give you a little bit of information and then there's like the big upsell in the end, and even that is kind of like shitty, or it's just biased and just like has an agenda. So yeah, I want to be the source of like practical, tangible, like no bullshit information that people can go to, which is something I really wish I had when I was younger, when I was young, like a teenager, early adult, and I was depressed and I couldn't meet girls. I couldn't talk to girls. I had no idea what I was doing. And yeah, I wish there was, like this is what I wish I could give to myself 15 years ago. So that's one thing. Another thing I'm trying to accomplish is push back against some of the insane narratives that exist on social media. Um, and give like some common sense opinions. And I think that the whole the whole YouTube community and TikTok is largely heavily divided by people who have close to no idea what they're talking about, and they spout ideological nonsense. And you see this on my side of the internet too, in the manosphere, who have like all these weird notions that are not really based in reality. And then you see like the TikTok social justice warriors who like spouting off feel good stuff that's also not really based in reality. So I want to provide like common sense, like ideas for people to grasp onto that are based in like logic and reason and not emotion. So yeah, I would say those are the two ones. And of course, being semi-famous is nice as well.
Okay. So thank you. That was super helpful. Do you consider yourself like a pickup artist or like a dating coach? Like I want to be respectful to the genre that you classify yourself into.
You could, I mean, yeah, I never called myself a pickup coach because that, like, the cringe that's associated with other pickup coaches
Sure.
is, is unreal. So I just go by sex and dating coach. Yeah.
Sex and dating coach. Okay,
Yeah.
that's helpful to understand. So speaking specifically to the dating and sex sphere to which you're coaching, and ignoring the social stuff unless it comes up for now.
Mhm.
I first of all, are you running like you're running a business? This is a business. You're like under an LLC. Like this is your full time job, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is my full time job. There's a business, and we have a product that we sell. We have a mastermind group, and that's really
Oh,
people think that for some reason they're like, oh, we make a lot of money off YouTube ads. It's like not really part of our business model at all. It's largely a product that we have that we sell that's like, full A to Z guide to everything I know, and a mastermind group. But we also give a whole bunch of stuff away for free, like on YouTube. So that's another thing.
okay. So I'm curious in reference to like your end customers, what for you is measured success for them? Because when I go through your videos, both the ones that are viral and then just going through your channel as a whole, I can't tell the difference between an achievement of like sexual conquest or getting laid versus having like a long-term relationship. And so I'm curious, what do you think is the objective, or what would you key as successful for the audience that you're speaking to?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in not instilling my like personal desires and ethics on my audience. So I think that my content, anything, actually, any of that, like having a bunch of casual sex for a guy who wants that, great. Having a long-term relationship for a guy who wants that, great. Having a wife for a guy who wants that, great. So I just think it comes down to who you are, what you want. I have no dog in that fight. I don't try to steer my audience in a certain direction, being like, yo, guys, you guys should all get into serious relationships. I don't do any of that. Like, it's whatever people want. Like me personally, I'm in a relationship, but
Mhm.
yeah, like I'm not gonna push that on my audience and tell them to get into relationships. They don't want to, because for a while I did not want to get into a relationship, and I just had a lot of casual sex, and there's nothing wrong with that either, as long as it's done in a fairly upfront way. So yeah, I guess I would say I measure success by a client telling me, dude, I accomplished what I wanted. I got a girlfriend, or I got laid a lot, or I got this, or blah blah blah, whatever it is that they want. If they accomplish their goals as a result of my content, then I would consider that a success.
Okay. That's interesting. I wonder how it is that you're able to generate content. I would assume that the strategy for trying to get laid a lot and the strategy for like trying to get a girl would be different. Do you disagree with that?
I do, yeah. I think there's some small subtleties that are different, but I actually think largely it's actually starts. So I think that if whether you want a girlfriend or you want a one night stand, it actually starts fairly similar. It's just what happens after sex that's different. If you just want a one night stand, then you probably are just gonna like whatever, like chill with her for 20 minutes so she doesn't feel bad and then call her a night, right? Versus if you want a girlfriend, you're gonna like cuddle with her more, you're gonna show more emotion, and then you're gonna hang out with her another night and keep hanging out with her, right? So it's what happens after sex that's different. But the problem is most guys can't even get to the stage of sex. They can't even get to the stage of a date, right? So, but yeah, like I think that it starts the same, but then it bridges off after sex.
Yeah, except for that a lot of the videos that you have where you demonstrate like successful achievement and sexual conquest is targeted around not so much a date as much as like a obvious spoken, we're gonna hook up before even meeting up. And I don't know that that's can be conflated to the same and equal to a date. So, and the reason I'm trying to like identify this is because as we go through your content, I'm curious to understand, especially ethically, how you think the implication of if you were aware that 90% of your audience was just leveraging your content to get laid and they had no interest in long-term intimate relationships, it was just like strictly a numbers game. Is that something that you're comfortable with and like have no ethical qualms with?
Okay, so there's two things. So for the first question is, if I find out 90% of my audience just wants casual sex, doesn't want a relationship, is that something I'm comfortable with? Yeah, absolutely, because there's nothing wrong with having casual sex. There's weird religious world we live in where people have all kinds of weird notions and I don't know, weird things around casual sex. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it, and I'll happily debate anyone who thinks that there's something wrong with casual sex as long as you're upfront about what you want. So I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if I find out 90%, if 99, 100% of my audience wants casual sex, that's not going to negatively give me any kind of ethical quandaries at all. In terms of the first thing you said about a lot of your content is about like getting the hookup. Yes, but that can still, like, for example, my girlfriend, it started off purely as sex, but now she's my girlfriend, so I can learn. And there's countless stories like that. So you can start off just having sex with a girl and then it can turn into a relationship. And I would argue that that's actually a better place to be in as a guy, because you're not picking just so you can get laid. You're picking actually, all right, I already had sex with this girl, what else does she bring to the table? So yeah, I don't see that as problematic either. The fact that the initial date is set up in a very sexual manner, it doesn't have to be, but yes, I do have a lot of videos like that. But that's totally okay, because that, if you still want, that can turn into a girlfriend.
So I think that that's fair when you're talking about an individual that you intimately know, like yourself, where you're aware that for you, maybe sex involves intimacy. Like for you, pleasurable sex may be sex that is highly intimate. And so for that to lead to a relationship, that's highly likely. And I would agree with you as like an appropriate approach, maybe to finding a long term partner. But that's, I think, a far leap and assumption to make that the men that you are speaking to carry that level of desired intimacy, when the tone of what I think I see in a lot of the sphere that you service in is men who are looking to conquest. And I think there is a significant difference and social implication to a group of men who are simply attempting to conquest women, have a sexual encounter and then exit it, versus men who are looking to have a mutually what's the word I'm looking for?
Beneficial.
Mutually beneficial sexual encounter. And I think those are two completely separate things. And I don't know that you do a very good job of identifying or speaking to that difference in your content when you're coaching people to get that conquest or that achievement.
Okay, yeah. So let me respond to that. So I think I always teach my audience to be fairly upfront. Like, I think you'd be hard. Like, if you're a girl and you're texting me,
You
and
teach them to be upfront.
yeah, fairly upfront. Yeah.
I think most of your content teaches them to be highly manipulative.
Okay, well, we can certainly get into that. But to go back to your initial point, yeah, like, I think that if you're a girl texting me and you think that, oh, this is the kind of guy that wants a relationship, then you're just living in a insane universe. Because I think, like, I
Can you say that
give
again?
all the signs of a fuck boy. That
Wait, sorry. Can you say that again? I was taking a note.
I was saying that I think that I give every single possible sign of a fuck boy. So any girl texting me who thinks that I might want a relationship, or a girl who's texting someone who has the same style as me, yeah, like, and I've never actually had a girl. This is why I don't think I've ever had a situation where a girl got pissed at me and she's like, "You led me on, blah blah." Because all the girls I hook up with, which is fairly plenty, know from the start that, like, yeah, this is going to be just sex. And maybe there's a potential for more, but it's not like something that's on the table initially.
Okay.
Uh, so
Wait,
in terms of,
hang on. I'm sorry. Just so I understand that your core objective in dating, and therefore most of what is rooted in your advice, is around conquest and like fuckboy achievement. You're surely looking for numbers in terms of sex. You did not enter the dating sphere looking for a long-term relationship.
No, first of all, I could care less about numbers. I've already fucked hundreds of girls. This is like, what's the difference between 300 and 500? It makes no difference. I could care less about numbers.
Okay.
It's all about having fun. That's why I do pretty much anything that I do. Okay, so that's
What
that.
makes sex fun for you?
Okay, well, okay, I'll happy answer that, but we're
Yeah.
going. I don't have the time to. I have to like answer your initial question before like we get into the side question. So what makes sex fun for me, and then let me after that answer your previous question. Okay, so what makes sex fun for me is I don't know, a girl who I find attractive. She's into the same type of sex as me, which is like some kinky ass shit, but not too kinky. Nothing up the ass, please. And yeah, like we're just like we vibe. We have sexual chemistry. There's sexual tension between us. I don't know. I mean, it's like one of those things that's kind of hard to put into words.
What
But
kind of wait, hang on one second. I don't care that much about the other question I asked. What kind of signals do you look for from the woman that you're engaging with sexually, that reaffirms or contributes to your shared beneficial experience? Like, is there anything that if a woman is doing or experiencing that makes the sex better for you?
well, I like to make a girl come. That's like a
Mhm.
big turn on for me. And I teach my audience to fuck girls really well. If you want to be just purely from a pragmatic perspective, if you fuck a girl really well, she's way more likely to come back for round two. So if you're looking at it from a purely pragmatic perspective, that's why you would do it. If you're looking at it from more of like a whatever ethical perspective, it's nice to give a girl an orgasm and have her have a good experience.
Yeah.
So I think it's a win-win. So I have a whole bunch of content about how to fuck girls well, how to make girls orgasm. So yeah, I think that's like the big thing that the girl gets out of it is she gets to get fucked really, really well. And I don't like know how to say this without sounding like I'm bragging, but I have a pretty good record of that. So yeah.
Okay. So would you agree that it's pretty necessary for the woman to feel confident, safe, secure, and having fun in a sexual encounter with you or with any man for it to be considered what you would mark as like a successful sexual achievement?
Well, if she's not having fun, then how are you gonna have sex? Like she's not gonna just unless she's fucking you out of pity or something. Like
Well, that happens quite a bit, I assure you.
well, yeah, I'm not too into like the pity sex, so that wouldn't be like an angle I'm trying. So yeah, like that would go without saying. Is I would because the only way I can sleep with a girl is if she's having a good time and if she likes me. Because I'm not gonna yeah like what's the other alternative? Like get on my knees and beg her or something or offer her money. Like those are like really bad alternatives. So if by default my only way of achieving what I want and having the experience that I want is to make sure that she has a good time, that she's laughing and she's having fun and she's turned on. Like you can't have one without the other.
I appreciate that that's your mentality and stance on it, and I think that was super helpful in helping me understand and clarify what it is that you're trying to accomplish here. If you want to circle back to a question I asked and answer it, you can. I don't even remember what the question was.
Yeah, it was like now it's like 10 questions ago.
Yeah, so
I lost if you can remember them, the ones that didn't get
younger,
just
so it must not have been that important.
I mean,
Um,
I felt like it was important at the time, but okay, we'll just
okay.
maybe we'll think of them later.
So, I know that you title a lot of these engagements as like SWJ. I'm guessing that stands for social justice warrior.
Yeah.
Okay. Debate, which I can appreciate the like marketing tactic towards it. But I
Uh,
am curious before we engage in like a back and forth and like walking through your actual content, I want to make sure that I'm not wasting either of our time and
uh.
I get a full understanding of what your objective for a debate is. Like at the conclusion of a debate, what do you want to have accomplished?
I want one of us to cry. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I think the point of a debate is just to have a good discussion with people who think differently than you. I don't think there's like an objective winner or loser or something like that. I think it's just like we have a discussion about things that we disagree on, and maybe I'll convince you, maybe you'll convince me, maybe someone in the audience will be convinced, maybe no one will convince anyone, but we'll still have a good discussion. I think that's like something that's sorely lacking in the world in general. People who think differently just never want to talk and discuss things. So yeah, that's kind of it. I wouldn't say I have like some kind of ulterior motive, the SJW thing. But to be fair, I did ask you if that was cool. Like I
No,
always.
yeah, I wasn't trying
Yeah,
to
okay,
call you
okay.
out on it, not at
Okay,
all.
cool. Yeah, yeah. So that yeah, that is it's just more it's just like more catchy title. But I do always check with the person who's coming on if like they're okay with it or they want to change it or whatever.
Sure. Okay. Well, then let's go through, if you'd like, some of your videos. It wasn't difficult. I've got commentary on all of them. I did listen
Okay.
to a few other of your engagements, so I have an Excel spreadsheet of your videos with all
Okay.
the titles of them so that we can stay super organized.
Let's do it.
So I want to start with the TikTok that you've titled "Say This If She Is Hesitating About Meeting."
Okay. Do you want to just share the screen and we can play it for the audience?
Do you want me to play it?
Either one of us is fine.
I
Doesn't
think
matter.
you playing it would probably be
Okay.
better.
Do you want to send me the link, please, and I'll just play it. You
I
can
don't
just.
have a link to your video. I just wrote the titles down, but I can.
Okay. I can pull it up. Okay. Hang on one second. I'll just quickly pull it up. Oh Jesus Christ! This is what I hate about TikTok. Is like you just like log in and they just start like playing shit. Jesus, shut up, TikTok! Oh my God! Dude, oh my God, this is a nightmare. TikTok, I hate you. I think it might be easier if you can pull it up on your end because TikTok is not cooperating with me today. I can try again if you can't do it, but
Um, in sharing my screen, sure. Let me get to your
the
account.
share is at the bottom. You see at the very bottom, there's a thing that says share, so that part is easy. Or once you get the link, you can.
The girl's having last minute hesitation about.
You are allowed here. Okay. I'm going to chat it to you. Let's see if that works.
Okay.
I'm not super comfortable sharing my screen because this is my work computer, and I honestly I don't want to slip my finger or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But where can I?
We can't have all the port getting out.
There we go. Let me know if that works right now.
There we go. Okay, got it. Okay.
What to say of the girls?
Okay, let me share my screen.
Cool.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Having last minute hesitation about meeting up. So this is one of the guys in our group. He's like, hey, it's from the internet. Well, what are the chances you're a serial killer? So he says, I gave up serial killing for Lent, so you'll be okay. So you want to address this with humor. You don't want to just give her like 20 logical reasons why you're not a serial killer. She's like, praise be, I'm going to bed. I'll text you Thursday morning. We confirm our plans. When it's not just picked out a cute outfit for the evening. So that's just confirmation text. Looking forward to what you bring. Text me or TA when I see you there. I take pride in being punctual, as do I. My friends are preparing me to be murdered tonight. So again, she's raising that concern. When you ask them to send you with a pepper spray as well, I get one ready as well, strawberry flavor. Okay, so again, you're using humor. She's like, lols, I do stay strapped with pepper spray. Me too, safe then. And so you can see they get the date. What to say of the girls having last minute hesitation about meeting up? So this is
okay. So what were your critiques with that?
Yeah, so I think it lacks a lot of emotional intelligence. It's pretty dismissive. And I want to appreciate the fact that a woman was bringing a pretty lighthearted tone to an issue that was serious to her. And I'm not sure that your audience is comprehending or even that you might be fully aware that for a woman, masking that in humor is sort of like our way of being polite about expressing concerns.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the recommendation that you gave was, I guess the thing that worked, and getting the date, which was ultimately the goal, right? Was getting the date, right? Yeah. Was to approach it like she's putting up hurdles you have to take down. And I think you've probably been given feedback before that your content comes off as very predatory. And I know that that can be a very aggressive term, and I'm not surprised that you had that reaction, but stick with me because I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to articulate why that's probably feedback that you're frequently getting. If you're trying to accomplish or conquest a woman and you're operating under the assumption that she is going to be the person putting up barriers to prevent you from getting her, you're really assigning not a equal person dance that's going to lead to that ultimate mutually beneficial sexual engagement that we laid out as our objective here in the beginning, but instead really establishes a predatory circumstance and situation with that woman, whereas emotionally intelligent, coming to the playing field as an equal in that engagement would have been to acknowledge what she was talking about and what her valid concern was, and helping her rest assured that you understand it, you're not dismissive of it, and that she should feel comfortable in an engagement with you. And although he may have been successful in the ultimate goal of achieving a date, I don't know that across the whole, that's the appropriate approach to be taking with women to get to that ultimate mutually beneficial relationship that we're talking about. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. So let me respond to that. So I think this relies on the assumption, the argument relies on the assumption that men and women operate the same when it comes to the dating marketplace, which they don't. So for example, if you go on Tinder right now and you message a bunch of guys, hey, want to fuck? A whole bunch of them will be like, yeah, sure. This chick is awesome. I love Miss Bot. If a guy does that on Tinder, the girls will be like, ew, gross. What the fuck? Like, what's wrong with him? Even if they're looking for casual sex, right? Women are the gatekeepers of sex. It is what it is, meaning the woman in 99.9% of interactions, the woman is the one that decides whether sex is going to happen or not, right? You agree with me on that?
Sure.
Yeah, because the guy's just pretty much always down anyway. Like he doesn't need any convincing, right? So because the woman is the gatekeeper of sex, right? She is going to have some, since she's the one that decides whether it happens or not, she might have some, concerns or objections, right? Which you do need to address, right? Like you can't ignore those. Now you're saying address it by being like really empathetic and acknowledging that. The problem with that is what you're doing when you do that is you're reinforcing her concern, and basically now she's going to be like, oh fuck, maybe this guy really is like going to kill me, versus using humor to
what makes you so confident in your ability to know the female psyche more than myself?
Well, because I've used that line on like hundreds of girls, and
and I've had hundreds of lines used on me. What makes you have a greater credence to that?
Well, because I think that what is your opinion based on? It's just like right now you're sitting and I think like this is the style I would prefer.
I'm a woman and having a lot of very intimate relationships with women.
Oh, okay. So you go.
So I would assert that I have a better understanding of the female psyche than you do, and a lot of what you were just talking about was assuming that you understand how a woman is going to think and respond to a specific situation. And I'm trying to understand why you would think that you would be the authority figure on how a woman thinks more so than me.
First of all, it sounds like because you're taught, okay, not to make it personal, but you're going for girls, right?
No, I can have intimate relationships with women emotionally. It's called having best friends.
Oh, okay. So you date guys?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Just one, yeah.
Okay, I need to understand that. So what is your sample size?
My sample size of what?
Like how many times have you, I don't know, had to deal with lines? Like what is your sample size?
Of men who've hit on me?
No, of times that you've given an objection about that you're afraid of being murdered and the guy overcame that and like successfully. Well, what is your sample size? Because right now you're speculating like I think this would work on me better, but I'm going off like real experience of things that have worked.
Have you been recording all of your dating experiences in an Excel document somewhere, and do you report statistical analysis on that performance?
I'm extremely nerdy with it. I write a lot of lay reports. I have a lot of screenshots, so I take it to like a really weird level. Yes.
Okay. So how many times have you recorded this particular type of I mean, if we're going to play statistics, you come first.
Okay, I've used this line. I want to say, if we're talking me personally, I've used it at least 100 times. I would say it works.
You have this recorded somewhere?
Yeah, I have my like interactions. You can see I have like full lay reports on my website, so you can see like the lay reports and you can see the objections that the girl gave me, how I overcame them. So yeah, I have like a lot of content on that, so you can see it. I think I have at least 50 that are recorded, at least 50.
Okay.
But anyway, my whole thing, you have to understand, my whole thing is finding. I have no dog in this fight. Is finding the most optimal strategy to help guys get girls, right?
And I'm arguing that you did not find the most optimal strategy in this situation.
Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm just saying that like this is based on like a very large sample size of me and my clients and guys in my mastermind.
Mine's based on the large sample size of well over 500 women I've had conversations with, known and share biological characteristics with. So my statistics win.
I don't think they do, because this is not like the same. This is not the same thing, because we're not talking about guys where you were going to meet up with a guy, or your friends were going to meet up with a guy, and you were like, oh, I'm worried you might be serial
I
killer.
could easily over 500, and I'm sure any woman who has a normal amount of female friends would have experience in well over 500 instances of their female friends going on a date and having a conversation about being safe prior to meeting that individual, what their concerns are, how to stay safe, and also how the man responded to any objections about her being weary of her safety. So although I don't have an Excel spreadsheet recorded of that, I would contest that most women have much higher numbers in experience dealing with this specifically.
Yeah, I would just say that there's usually a fine line between what women say works and what actually works. And I've seen this effect play out time and time again. And I think this might be a case of that. I think that if you want to prove me wrong, what you would have to do is do some kind of an experiment where you have, I don't know, you create a profile as a guy.
I'm not interested in proving you wrong. I'm interested in trying to get you to think about this a little bit more critically. And I think your dependency on statistics is a handicap for you right now. And I'd really encourage you to expand beyond your like, I've managed this, I've had this personal experience, and really think, how many conversations have you had with women who are good friends of yours who have been in this particular situation? And how many times do you step foot in the woman's perspective?
I think I do that pretty much more than like the vast majority of people, since I have a podcast where all I do is interview girls and ask them questions about dating. So I think I have a pretty good perspective on this. And yeah, like I think like you'd be hard pressed to find someone who has more experience with this type of thing than me, especially when it comes to texting and dealing with objections. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've tried a whole bunch of different approaches. This is the one that seems to work the best. Again, if
have you tried the approach that we talked about?
Where you're just like, oh, where you just like logically reassure her?
Yeah, where you speak up front and directly to her instead of sidebarring with like a joke or dismissing her concern. How many times have you tried to speak maturely, eloquently, and with emotional intelligence to that concern? And how successful was that? Or have you not yet analyzed that?
I would
encourage you to.
I used to do that when I was like kind of getting into game, as I would just be like overly logical. And so when the girl would express a concern and I would just get like really logical and like empathetic and stuff like that, it didn't really work that well. It was a lot of girls would just be like, oh, okay, thanks for understanding me. I'll let you know. I'll get back to you. Right. And then they never would, versus when you use humor, right? A lot of girls see, oh, okay, maybe my objection isn't no big deal, right? Maybe like, like I have nothing to worry about with this guy. And then you're more likely to get the date.
Okay. So just to set a baseline, since this is the first video that we've looked at, you're not conceding at all that there would have been a more appropriate, possibly more successful approach, that if we were to take 100 men and allow them to use your approach, or that allow them to use my approach, you do not in any way concede that there is a possibility that my approach may actually net a higher return of what it is we're looking for, which is securing a date.
There's always a possibility. I just don't think it's likely. But
okay, why do you have to add that you don't think it's likely?
Because I've tried that strategy and it wasn't that effective. But I'll admit that there could be a sample bias or something like that. So yeah, I'm not going to say it's 0% that your strategy won't work better. I just think it's very low probability. But again, if we did that experiment, and
I think that's dangerous thinking. I think that you assuming it's low probability that speaking to a woman directly and honestly isn't going to get men what they want. Because again, I'm going to revert back to the analogy I gave you. When you hear people say that your behavior is predatory, it's because you, instead of engaging in an equal dance of, okay, you are a human and I am a human, let's approach this ground equally, you have set the environment or the landscape here that you are actively seeking to conquest something that does not want to be conquested, that is going to put up barriers. That is a predatory dance, not a dance of that mutually beneficial relationship that we're looking for. Does that
Okay,
make
I
sense to
think I
you?
think you're confusing two things. So yes, I am looking for a mutually beneficial sexual casual relationship. However, that does not mean we are an equal playing field. The girl holds all the power whether sex is going to happen or not, right? So she's going to be the one that is going to put up barriers, and that can happen. And some barriers can be overcome, and some can't. Like this is, for example, hang on, just let me finish. This, for example, was a safety concern. She's interested in meeting the guy. She wants to meet him, but she's a little concerned about her safety, right? So what you're doing with humor is you're putting her at ease, right? And then you're getting the date. I don't think there's anything predatory about using humor when you're texting a girl. I think humor is a really good tool to have a conversation and to get a date rather than being like all serious and giving her like a big logical explanation why she's safe with you. I think that's going to have more of the opposite effect, and that's going to get her question herself more versus if you're like a little bit short, succinct, and humorous. I think that's going to have a better approach. And yeah, I have like a pretty, like, again, if we do this experiment and it's like the sample is pretty big and I'm proven wrong, then I will happily reconsider my position. But we would need, that would need to be done. And yeah, like I really would be really surprised if that happens. Let's just put it that way.
I would encourage you to attempt that approach and to seek out a woman's advice on how to craft a message that would get the highest netted return of someone going on that date. I want to just call attention to something I'm already identifying in our conversation that I think is going to cause some friction.
Okay.
Is that I don't want to focus every time. I know that you want videos and you want to talk through the specific examples of the videos, but I think in order to understand the thematic issues that are being driven here, we're going to have to make sure that we're thinking beyond the literal construct of the specific conversation we're talking about and understand that that's the general tone and environment that you are setting up, because that's really where I have a lot of concern. It's in the way that you conduct and set up situations. Just now in your communication that women are going to withhold sex, and so you have to like conquer that. Women want to have sex.
I understand that.
Okay.
But also women have a lot of hangups about sex. A lot of women do. We have to acknowledge that too.
I
Like,
agree with that.
right. So if you can get a girl, if you can help a girl get over her hang up and achieve something that both of you want, then that's a good thing, right? If you can help her get over her hang up. Like, so I don't see how that's a bad thing.
I don't disagree with that. I think that the approach that I outlined is going to achieve that, but we can move past that. Let's
Okay.
go to let's see here. Oh, okay. How to invite a girl back to your place? Do you want me to bring them for you, or do you think you can get it?
If you can find and send to me, that'd be great.
I think this is your beautiful girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, probably.
Okay. Do you pay her? Do you give her?
No, I don't pay my
You don't
girlfriend.
pay her for her acting in your videos?
No, because
It's a little unfair. I would like to offer myself as a representative for your girlfriend. If she would like to reach out to me to help negotiate what her pay rate should be when she's on your videos, I'd be more than happy to
I think
represent.
it'd be like super weird to pay your partner for like helping each other. I do a whole bunch of things for her. I picked her up from the airport a few days ago. I didn't ask her for money. Like that'd be like so weird to like make it like about money.
She's helping your business, and you were doing what's socially considered a boyfriend duty.
So
But
wait a second. Okay, so
Sure.
so the hour I spent picking her up from the airport, that's accepted. But the hour she spent doing my videos, that's something extra.
So why are you so why does like your default state versus me versus her,
No,
like
it's just like
my thing versus her thing? That's goes back to this underlying theme I'm super concerned with, which is like a lot of men in this sphere who seem to want to conquest women who don't also like women tend to take very violent action. And I get really concerned. I don't know that you are necessarily that profile of red pill incel, but I do think that the way that you speak caters to that demographic in a very dangerous way. And so when you constantly default to like me versus her in the same situation of trying to communicate with people that it's I'm trying to get her, that is incredibly dangerous. That's just an underlying theme that I have a problem with. But
Okay.
the
Well,
comment about your girlfriend needing representation was just an offhanded joke. We can take it literally and continue to talk about it, or we can talk about
oh,
your
okay. Well, I didn't know you were kidding. Okay, if it's a joke, no, I just took issue with the idea of like that I should pay her for videos, which I just think would be a really bizarre like direction for a relationship to go into, is if we start like paying each other for like things that we do for each other. Just like that just seems like a really unhealthy way
Okay,
of
wait,
direction.
let's stay on this then. What does your girlfriend do for a living?
She works in marketing.
Oh, wait, for like a corporation?
Yeah, she works for marketing corporation. Yeah.
Cool. If she asked you to come in frequently and graphic design some stuff for her, you don't think it would be weird for you to seek payment, or for her to not to just throw you some payment if you're consistently helping her with graphic design in her job?
I would not ask my girlfriend for money if she needed some help with her job.
Oh, no. I'm not saying whether or not you would ask her for it, but you think that it would be weird or uncomfortable for her to offer compensating you in relationship to the project that she's working on? Like, what if she was getting like a big, huge bonus on some project and you ended up helping support her by doing a bunch of graphic design work for her? You would think that it was weird if she shared some of that return with you?
Yeah, I think that would be a little bizarre because that's her job. I also think that you're comparing apples to oranges. I'm not really making any money from that video. I don't make any ad revenue, and that video we literally, it's something we both enjoy doing, is making these like little fucking like little small fuck around videos, and it's not like we do that many. So she maybe has spent a grand total of like 2 hours of her life doing
It was
videos.
just an offhanded comment and a joke, but I do still offer my services to your girlfriend if she's interested.
I will absolutely 1000% not tell her about that. But okay.
Perfect. So the how to invite a girl back to your place, I think I sent it to you.
Okay. Private chat? Yeah, I see it. Okay, cool. Let's pull it up. Oh, it says video currently unavailable.
I can watch it.
You can? Because maybe you can just play it. I don't know. Like, yeah, for me, for example, when I click it, it says,
I can play the audio for you if you want.
Since we're matching Tinder, you want to go back to my place and have some sex?
No.
Look at that. You almost finished your glass of wine.
I am, yes.
We should go have another one afterwards.
Okay, let's go.
I know the perfect spot.
Okay, let's go.
okay, yeah, that one. I remember that one. Okay.
Matching.
Sorry, it's so loud.
Yeah. So what was your beef with that one?
So again, you're not coaching men to just be direct and honest in what it is that they're seeking.
Yeah, you have to be socially aware. If you're as a guy and you're like, hey, you want to go back to my place and have sex, that's just going to be, the girl's just going to be like cringe. So you have to do things. You can be direct, but also do it in a socially intelligent way, which is what I'm teaching them.
I don't think that it's socially intelligent. I think it's manipulative. And I'm curious.
What's the manipulation there?
I think any time that you're not being direct about your intent and walking around it to imply that there's some other reason you might be hanging out with someone is manipulative. I'm curious, when you read the comments specifically on videos like that, do you read your comment section?
No, I really could care less what people in the comments think.
You couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's all negative. Like, I mean, why would I spend my time reading it? It's all people calling me like a rapist or like this or that. Like, it's all like just a bunch of.
It's a lot of women in your comment section telling you how that engagement or interaction would make them feel. And I feel like if you're so into statistics and understanding what would work or wouldn't work, having this free pool of women tell you feedback on the fly about your approach would be something you would factor into your statistical analysis.
The day I take dating advice from random TikTokers in my comment section is the day I quit. Like, is the day I fail at life. Like that'll be like the dumbest thing for me to do.
Okay, hang on a second. Why? Like, if you're so
into, they have no idea what they're talking about.
If you're so into statistics and your whole mission and goal is to help men get laid, and you want to make sure that you are offering the best advice that gives them the highest percentage of getting laid or getting on a date why on earth would you not use the platform that you have to gather information from women about what would or would not work? That seems like such a missed
Okay,
opportunity.
let me explain that, because there's a huge difference between trying something when you're talking to a girl on a dating app or talking to a girl in general and listening to what a random girl thinks about that approach. Because there's a huge, just let me finish, because there's a huge distinction between what girls say works and what really works. I've learned this time and time again. So yeah, if like the strategy, the kind of data I'm looking for is guys trying the strategy and whether it works or not. If a bunch of guys are coming to me and saying, hey, I tried this line, didn't work, that is data that I'm going to heavily consider. But if there's a random girl in my TikTok section saying, I don't like this for blah, blah, blah reason, that's not really going to affect my thing at all, because again, that's not someone trying it on her and didn't work. That's just her thinking that it didn't work, which are two different things.
Okay, so I think that my concern here is that you're not listening to women in giving a recommendation about how to conquest women. And fundamentally, I think that it is incredibly dangerous behavior. And as I read through the comment section here of this chat, I get really concerned that the audience here are mostly people who are just looking to reaffirm their current position, which is that women are the enemy, and yet also women are the thing to conquest. That is incredibly dangerous behavior, and I don't want to engage and to continue to engage on a platform that promotes that. I was hopeful that you would be able to
This is like a hardcore straw man argument, because I don't think women are the enemy. I've never believed that, never once believed that, not at all, anything I teach.
I think that you lack the critical thinking ability to operate outside of like the very exact words that are delivered to you, and it's hindering your ability to inform, educate, and involve as an individual. And I would really encourage you to work on that. But since you don't seem like you're willing to receive additional feedback, I'm unwilling to donate my platform and audience and my brand to this engagement. I wish the best of luck to you.
This is like so lame. Like you're like literally just like bouncing out of the debate. Like you haven't really made your point.
Again, for me, this wasn't a debate. I'm not here to like to feed my own ego or to in any way feel like
you just like interrogated me for like 25 minutes, and then we're like getting into the debate.
You invited me on. I interrogated you. I found under the surface what I was looking for. I don't like it, and I'm not interested in helping support or promote.
Like even like made like a clear point why. You're just saying, oh, people in the comment section.
I have made a clear point, and I do think people, with all due respect, that have critical thinking power would understand the point that I'm making. You do not seem like you understand that. And so
because your whole argument is people in the comment section don't like it. Like that you have to present.
That wasn't my whole argument. My whole argument is that you're struggling to comprehend what I'm saying. And if we're not able to like communicate at the same level, then I don't understand what it is that we're doing here.
Well, right, but like you have to like make clear points. Like you like
I have made clear points. It's your opinion that they have been unclear. It is of my opinion that they have been clear. And so therefore we sit in opposing positions with no ability to find common ground. And therefore
there's no way we can find common ground if you're gonna like bounce out of the debate. Like, I mean, like how are we gonna find common ground if you're like, oh, I don't like this guy, I'm bouncing? Like how's that?
I'm really struggling to see your ability to receive information and to think beyond the structure that you've already built for yourself. And if you don't have the ability to do that, I am not going to be able to contribute anything here. Like I came on here to see if you were open and willing to challenge your ideology and thought. And instead you look like you're here to defend the position you already hold. And that is not wanting to evolve.
How a debate works.
No, that's actually not how a debate works. And as a nationally ranked debater, I can assure you that that's not how debates work. But I also told you I wasn't trying to engage in a debate. I was trying to engage in a discussion that I was hoping was going to result in a little bit more understanding of one another. And to be fair, I feel like I have a much clearer understanding of you, and I've seen what I need to see. So I really appreciate your time, and I wish you the best of luck. I would highly encourage you to expand your reach and engage more women in what you're trying to accomplish here. You have a great evening.
I would encourage you. That was the lamest shit ever. Oh my god, she just like fucking interrogated me for like 20 minutes. I just went along with it because I thought we were gonna get to the debate, and then she's like, I can't do this anymore. She just like fucking rage quit. but she like wanted to seem like she was nice. Yeah, that's that was a massive fail. This is the quality we get on TikTok. I thought she was cool initially, but then she like got into like this weird thing just because I wasn't agreeing with her. But her argument literally, can you guys let me know in the chat whether there was any argument besides people in the comment section don't agree with you? Like how's that an argument? Like people in the comment section don't agree with you. Oh, well, okay, sorry. Let me just base my whole content and all my philosophy on what some random person in the comment section thinks. Like, yeah, that seems like a good idea. It's like the day I do that is the day I fucking quit YouTube. That was interesting. Let's see if the next person is coming on. Oh, Jesus Christ. My fucking TikTok account was banned again. Oh, my fucking God. My TikTok was banned earlier this morning. I appealed it, and then it got banned again. So I can't even fucking message. Oh, super annoying. It just keeps getting banned. Oh, God. These social justice warriors. That was so funny. That was definitely like like a funny debate. Like I think I was a pretty good sport the whole time with her. Like 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 I just went along and just answered her questions because I thought like we were gonna get to a debate. And like that's what we agreed on earlier is like we're gonna have a debate. She's like, I don't want to have a debate. But the debate works is like, okay, you have to present some arguments if you want to like fucking change my mind. And you can't just be like some random people, some random woman in the comment section don't like you. Oh, gee whiz, some random woman in the comment section don't like you. That was funny. Okay. What is yeah, my fucking TikTok is banned, so I can't message the dude. I'll have to appeal it again. My TikTok gets banned like fucking like 3 times a week. I have to appeal it. I always win the appeal, but yeah. That's kind of lame. I wonder if the second person's gonna come on. He's supposed to come on at 9 o'clock. But yeah, we'll see. So let's give him like 10 minutes. Did you guys enjoy that one? That was pretty funny. Nationally ranked debater. Yeah, I like severely doubt she's a nationally ranked debater. I think I'm gonna title this video TikTok SJW Rage Quits Debate or something. That's funny. Alex, how do you stay emotionally calm during these debates? I don't know, because it just doesn't like. I just find it funny that like their arguments. So I don't know. It just doesn't bother me. Alex is an emotionless robot. I wish. Was she worse than the fat chick a few weeks ago? No, she at least was like somewhat cool. The fat chick was like a nightmare. Of all the guests you've had, she was the most condescending, close-minded one I've ever seen. She was definitely in the top 3. Yeah, that was funny. I wonder if the second guy's gonna come on. It's in 8 minutes, so I guess we'll just wait it out and see if he comes in 8 minutes. Still not worse than Ask Nelly. Yeah, I had like no skill debating when I did Ask Nelly. If I debated her now, I think I would do. I think I would do that. But I find it really weird that she was like saying like, "Oh, do you pay her?" Like, so I'm supposed to pay my girlfriend for her helping me, but she's not supposed to help me for helping her. It's like this weird double standard these SJWs have. But yeah, that's like also like so weird. If like we introduce money to our relationship, like why the fuck would I do that? Alex, be honest with you, no, she's not my type at all. Like, no. By the way, I have a really interesting debate on Tuesday. I'm debating against like a Christian right guy. It's actually being hosted by this like debate club who I got invited into. And apparently he really, really doesn't like my content. So should be good. And apparently he's a good debater. Okay. The fucking TikTok thing is annoying. They just keep banning me over and over again. I feel really bad for you, Western men. No way can deal with such brainwashed women. Yeah. Please stop with that. No more of this boring shit, please. Nah, I kind of like them. They're fun. Tell Indian P to get on the stream. Why did you get banned? It doesn't tell you. It's just mass reports, probably. Well, yeah. I don't encourage essay on TikTok. So, yeah. Yep, it will be on my channel. I'm going to be co-streaming it, so yeah. Well, that's like kind of lame. Like I was really looking forward. Like I was just doing pure defense because I just wanted to like let her get out all her questions, and then I was going to start like really challenging her ideas. I didn't get a chance to even get to that, right? So all you saw was just defense, which I'm okay at, I guess. But like I was still waiting for the part where I can actually like bring up some of my counterpoints, which like literally I didn't get a chance to do because she fucking rage quit or whatever the fuck she did. Oh, I don't even understand. What did she want me to say? Oh, you're right. All these people in the comments, they're the ones that are right. I'm this evil pickup guy. Dude, that shit, when people do that and they like backtrack, that's so fucking cringe. Like, I would rather cut my fucking dick off and feed it to Rhaegar before I fucking like backtrack and backpedal and like try to like sugarcoat my positions. Like, fuck that shit. I am not going to do that. If you can present a good argument for why I'm wrong, then I'll rethink my position. But it's not going to be because of some random people in the comment section. Okay. Andrew Tate versus her would be hilarious. I agree with that. Big Herc from Fresh Out. He used to do porn. Okay, I can look into him. What's the channel for Christian Debater? It's going to be on here. I'm going to co-stream it, so you guys will see it. Yeah, let's give this guy 5 minutes because there's supposed to be another guy that's going to come in at 9. So let's see. Oh, man, that was entertaining. I pay my girl every time she does something for me. Nah, she never would. That would be so weird. Nah, she would never do that. Died laughing at the up the ass comedy. Alex, does your girl live with you? No, she does not. She sleeps over from time to time, but she does not. When are you going to do a live Q&A with probably Sunday or Monday? Probably Sunday. Do you all like Hamza? He's okay at best. Yeah, he's like okay at best. All right, we're going to give this guy 5 more minutes, see if he rolls through. Rhaegar's sleeping on the floor. He got bored. Pretty cool that you beat a nationally ranked debater. Yeah, like she's definitely not a nationally ranked debater. I don't know what the fuck that means. Hamza D's nuts. Alex, you have your own podcast? Yeah, well, it's the one on this channel, so yeah. Well, I'm probably, dude, no one fucking bans, we don't ban people on our channel, so you're good. You're getting, but if you take, yeah, I do watch Destiny. Actually, I am a fan of his content. She was like, "I win, you lose." Alex, when are you debating Kevin Ray Wilder about Roe versus Wade? So that is happening next week. That is 100% happening. Yeah, I guess he's debating me on the ethics of my content. Oh yeah, that was funny. Even though she's not using her platform, she's on my platform, so I'm not getting any clout from her platform because she's not co-streaming. So like her logic doesn't even make sense. Alex is enjoying poke bear with stick. That's his ego, not to convince by making people feel uncomfortable is his objective. You think my objective is to make people feel uncomfortable? Like really? That's what you think my objective is? Which is why I patiently answer all their questions and make small talk and I'm nice to all my guests. Do you think that's like an elaborate scheme to make my guests feel uncomfortable? Like what the fuck are you on? Have I ever been? How tall am I? I'm 6'0", 5'11", 5'11". Okay. The main thing SJWs don't understand is what women say they want is different than what they actually go for and how sex gradually happens. Yep, very true, very true. Yeah, let me just start going up to girls and being like, "Hey, you're very attractive. Want to have sex with me? Let's see how well that works for me." Bro, I'm not into PA, but you're hands down one of the most friendly and sincere debaters in the space. Thanks, you, man. I appreciate that. I do try to be friendly and sincere. Uh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I'll give this other guy like 5 more minutes, and if he doesn't come on, I guess we'll call the stream. I guess I'll just answer questions in the meantime. Yeah, well, I did sort of like tell her that, and she kind of dismissed it. So you're gonna do a house apartment tour reveal. My place is really not that special. Like you can see, there's like the studio, and there's the kitchen, there's the dog. I don't know. I don't really think there's anything like that special. It's a nice place, but I can debate you on would you like to have sex with me game working. Um, are you and Austin doing a pod Sunday? Yeah, we should. Yeah, we haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm sure we will. You need to start asking SJW women if they date a guy shorter than them that's broke all male. Yeah, I'm sure they'll find a way to rationalize. Your face when she I was trying to figure out, I was like, is she into chicks? Like I didn't want to be a dick, but I was like, are you saying you're a lesbian or like what's the deal here? And like it was confused. Like, yes, she's into dudes. This is kind of confusing. Oh, okay. We got the other person. All right, let's get him on. Yo,
You.
what's up, man?
All right. So what is the basis of the debate?
I can't really hear you that well.
Hold on. I got like a low voice, so I'm gonna have to speak up a little bit so you can hear me properly. But
Yeah, your voice. Are you like sick or something, or what's going on?
work sawdust and shit in my lungs and whatnot. So, but I'll speak up a little bit so you can hear me better.
Like I can barely. Guys, can you hear him in the chat? Just let us know. Well, why don't you start off like with an introduction, and then they can tell you if they can hear you or not. No, not now. There's no volume at all. There's no volume at all now. Oh, what the? Where'd he go? What is going on today? Yeah, your mic is turned off. Your mic thing is set to. You have to manually turn your mic on. It's still off. Your mic. You go under settings. Give me a. Okay, you joined from.
Yeah, so I'll kick this one out. There we go. Better.
Okay, it's a little better. Yeah,
I'll turn my Wi-Fi off.
you're like super shaky.
A little better.
Yeah. Do you want to just like put your phone down though, so it's not like shaking?
Well, I'm doing that. I did that so you could like hear me better when I.
Okay.
close
No, that's good. That's good. That's better.
All right. So introduction. Rashad, Mississippi, 17. That's about all I need to know.
Okay. So why don't you just kick it off? What are your disagreements with my content? You said you have a lot. Oh, there's playback. You have to fix the playback when I talk.
There you go. I had it
Okay.
still on my iPad. But
Let me say something. Yeah, there's every time I talk, there's playback.
yeah, to be honest, I don't know how to use this shit. I don't do YouTube.
Why don't you open it up on your computer again? I think you'll be fine.
Let's see where you are. Yeah, same shit.
Okay, I'm gonna end this. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, better.
Just turn your phone thing off.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay. So hopefully there's no echo now. Oh my god. Are you using a headphones of any kind or external Bluetooth type of thing?
Nah, it's playing off the speaker itself.
Okay. Well, it looks like it's okay. Okay. Let's just do it.
My bad. I didn't really plan out this shit. Spur of the moment. I just got off work like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
But breakdown of what I have issues with. Basically, like the whole approach of because you giving niggas game on how to get girls. That's the you feel me? Why are you teaching dudes how to get girls like they're like a prize or something that you need to win? Like you could teach somebody how to get $1 million business or a Bugatti by 25. That's something that can benefit them. You teaching a human being how to get another human being. I just feel like that's pointless in itself. You feel me? So your ideology or how you look at it, like how you come into it, is gonna be like all from the start because you're on a pedestal to begin with. You feel me? So there's a lot of different issues that I see, like because I watch like 3-4 your videos and whatnot, but that's the root problem in itself. You get that handled, then there's a lot of other issues that you can fix just by itself.
I caught like half of that. Like, just please try to speak up more. But okay, so I heard part of that. You were saying that the issues that I'm gonna summarize what you said, and you can tell me if I'm wrong about anything. Is that I teach men how to get women, which basically makes them seem like a commodity or like a product. Like,
Let me ask you this: why do you teach guys how to get women? Why do you feel like that's something that you need to do? Why do you think dating coaches exist in the first place?
Because there's a whole bunch of men who have no idea how to talk to women, how to date women, how to sleep with women. That's something that I personally struggled with growing up. And there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of men who have the same issue, and they need real information. And you can't find that in college. You can't find that in high school. You can't find it anywhere else. So I'm happy to be the one that teaches people that.
Let me ask you this. Why are there so many men dating coaches, but there aren't like female dating? Why don't females have YouTube channels and whatnot teaching girls how to get guys?
Wait, why do they not? Why is there no
Yeah, like why don't you have to teach a girl how to get a guy? Why do you think that is?
Because women are the what's it called, what's the term, I was saying this earlier, whatever, the gatekeeper, because women are the gatekeepers of sex. So it's really easy for women to get laid. All they have to do is be like, hey, want to fuck. It's not nearly that easy for men.
But the thing is, that didn't used to be the case. There's been whole books, like Art of Seduction was one of them. They were written toward females on how to get men's, or how to attract the man's attention or whatnot, because generations back then, your focus was off. You didn't, getting a girl was not something that you should prioritize. Like you was thinking about how to conquer countries and whatnot. You feel me? But now, like this whole generation, their whole mind is wrapped up on how do I get my dick up there? Like that's where their main focus is, on how to fuck something. That's
Well,
it.
yeah, there's no conquering of countries anymore. So yeah, a lot of men
there's still so many things that you can do productive.
Well, what's wrong with men getting laid? Like, why is that a bad thing?
There's no issue really, but I'm saying that's not something that you should be like, how the fuck do I get laid? How do I get some pussy? Like that shit, that comes. Excuse my language, right? But that's something.
Let me guess. For you, getting laid was never an issue. Like you were pretty good.
No, I definitely had an issue with it. Like,
okay, but it's not an issue anymore.
No, it's not an issue because I don't prioritize it anymore. It's not what I go to do. I'm focused more so on like my purpose and whatnot, leaving an impact on life and itself. The women, the females, they come on top, like they come with that.
Yeah,
that's something that's just gonna come if you actually about your business. You got going for you. You like have goals and whatnot, or destination. You're doing something with your life. Because women, they look for stability, comfort.
How are they going to come if you're not meeting them? Like, where are they going to come from?
You can meet them, but I'm saying I don't go out. I'm gonna go get girls today. Like that's not how my mind works. Because I don't really care that much, honestly. As of now, honestly, I wish that I didn't go for it, trying to get girls in the first place. I got too many to deal with now. Like it's an annoyance. It's a distraction to me.
Okay. Well, dude, no one's saying you have to go and get girls. If you don't want to get girls, you don't have to get girls. But there's
I'm saying, like, if you prioritize it, I'm gonna keep saying that word. If you prioritize getting women, your whole life will be really a waste of time. Because why are you trying to get girls? Are there any less girls in the world? Are girls just magically stop being productive? Is there a factory crash of them? Or no, they always going to be there. If not, there's more of them now. So that's not something that you have to worry about. Okay, I need to get this pussy by the time I'm this age. You're wasting time.
I think you're making a little bit of a straw man argument because you're assuming that basically like my whole pinnacle of like my life is like getting girls.
No,
let me just finish, please.
Your message in itself is how to get work, how to get girls.
Right, but I'm not saying that guys should make getting girls their number one priority. But let me finish. Okay, so I'm not saying that your whole thing in life should be getting girls. It's the main purpose. No, I agree. There's other things you should work on. You should work on your business and whatever it is that you're passionate about. I acknowledge all that, but I think a key part of being happy as a man is having the ability to sleep with girls or have a girlfriend, right? I think a lot of men want that. And so I'm providing them the tools to achieve that in addition to their other goals. No one is saying that should be your only focus in life, nor does it really take that much time to message a few girls on Tinder or anything like that. You don't have to spend your whole day messaging or texting or doing any of that shit. You can incorporate that into your day while you're doing other shit. So yeah, I think I don't see why you have to pick one or the other. You can get girls, you can get success, you can get other things in life. You can grow in every way. It doesn't have to be just girls or nothing.
Let me ask you this. So you said that you don't only teach how to teach people how to better themselves.
Wait, can you speak up, please? I really can't hear you.
Why don't you put that how to be more successful and whatnot in your content that you share out?
Well, I have a little bit of it, but that's just not my forte. I mainly focus on I'm a dating coach, so I'm not gonna focus one thing I love. For example, I love Game of Thrones, right? I read a lot of Game of Thrones books, whatever, all that shit. But I'm not gonna talk about that because it's so unrelated to my content. I really care about, I don't know, I fucking love my dog. I love spending time with my dog, but again, that's it's outside the scope of my content. I'm a dating coach. and people come to me for dating content. I have made fitness and business advice in the past. And again, usually my audience wants to see dating content from me. So that's what I provide to them.
You know how to improve your dating, like how to get guys to get more girls and whatnot. Like you're a dating coach. That's what you teach people, how men to get girls, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know a better way to do that?
I have a feeling you're about to tell me, so go ahead.
Teach men how to be better men, and they will get more girls.
Yeah, so that's like okay. So I see what you're saying. That's like a red pill theory. Is that once you love?
I'm far from red pill. I have no.
Okay, well, you might be, but that is something they talk about in the red pill community a lot. I actually did a video on this recently. And basically, they say once you level up as a man, the dating stuff will take care of itself. I don't believe in that. I don't prescribe in that unless you reach a really high pinnacle of success, because it's not like girls have a dating app that say, or shot from down the street, he got his shit in order, he's a better man, now I better go over there and suck his dick. They have no way of knowing. You still have to be able to approach girls, talk to girls, seduce girls. All that is still a skill that you need to have. Just leveling up as a man is not enough. It's great, but it's not enough for getting girls.
Okay, so what do you teach? And what part of your content do you teach how to seduce a girl?
Where do I teach how to seduce a girl?
Like, what's some of your techniques? Share with me, because like I said, I only watch like 3 or 4 videos. So teach me how you would seduce a girl.
I mean, it really depends on the context and like what are we talking about? Dating apps, on a bar, like where?
Yeah. So you went out to a bar, right? You see a pretty girl at the bar. So what do you do? How's your approach?
Well, it really depends on the context. If I can make a situational opener. So let's say, for example, she has like a big ass fruity drink. I might like comment on that. I might be like, oh, you got me one of those too, right? Good body language, strong eye contact, square up with a girl.
Okay. But
I might go in.
Any of that? That's gonna stop you from getting a girl?
What?
If you don't have any of that, she doesn't have a big fruity drink, like any of the circumstances that you just stated, there's none of that's there, right? There's no.
I can still go in. I can still, if there's nothing contextual, I will just go in direct. I'll be like, hey, Alex, nice to meet you, and just shake her hand, right? I'll just introduce myself.
Shake your hand, introduce yourself. Yeah.
Right.
What then?
Well, it really depends on what she tells me. I might be like, for example, let's say I like ethnic girls. So let's say she's Latina. I'd be like, where are you from originally? I'll be like, wait, let me guess. And then I might take a guess. I'd be like, oh, you're from Colombia. She'd be like, oh my God, how did you know? I'd be like, oh, I traveled there a little bit. She'd be like, really? Blah, blah, blah. And start a conversation. Like, it really depends on what she's saying, how I'm going to respond. But their core principles are going to be like strong eye contact, good body language, moving the interaction forward, inserting flirtation and sexuality into the interaction, isolating her from her friends, and then figuring out her legit what?
These are so many steps and so many rules that you have to like keep in your mind. You got all these steps. That's making it more difficult to get the girl. You're not even having fun with her at that point. Like, you making sure you don't do this or you insert this and say this and whatnot. You're not having fun with it.
Well, because you met her at a bar. Why are you going for the phone number? You might as well see if she's down to go home with you that night. The phone number should be.
You got fun. You could. I guarantee you could get way more girls if you actually just enjoy the conversation, because they can pick up when you playing game or you got a script or whatnot. They can pick up on that. I know it's a surprise, but they can't. Right. Like, they can tell if it's fake energy, or you're like nervous if you're not comfortable. If you're not comfortable, then you'll make them uncomfortable.
Yeah, I get that. But you're going in there confident. You want to be confident, of course.
Okay, how do you become more confident?
Well, that's a tricky thing. I mean, confidence usually comes from positive reference experience. So if you've done something a bunch of times, then you're going to be more confident. So for example, for me, I picked up hundreds of girls, so I feel confident doing it because I've already done it so many times. For a guy who hasn't done it, it can be very tricky. So at that point, you have to kind of like fake it till you make it. And you have to fake that confidence until you can get those positive reference experience.
So confidence is repeatability, is what you're saying?
Confidence is what?
Repeatability, or like practice. That's where it comes
from. Confidence comes from positive reference experience, from knowing that you can accomplish what you're trying to accomplish.
Confidence is nothing more than trusting yourself. If I see a bear, I've never fought a bear before. I'm gonna confidently go up and fight that bear if I need to.
You're gonna go and fight a bear, really?
I might not say I'll win, but if I'm trying to protect somebody, I'm gonna comfortably go up and do it.
I don't think you're going to
Well,
confidently go up and fight a bear, Rashad. I think you're going to be scared to. I think you're going to piss your pants, dude.
No.
Because I would piss my pants. It's a fucking bear, dude. He has like 500 pounds on you. He will destroy you, man.
You want to use all these technicalities? Yeah, sure. I could die, right? He could rip my face apart and whatnot. That could happen. But you know what else could happen? I could beat him. You know what I mean? I could wrestle him to the ground, get a chokehold on him, and choke him out, knock him unconscious. I could happen. I'm gonna trust myself to get that result out of that outcome. You could say, okay, you're just being delusional now. No.
If you think you can wrestle a bear to the ground, then you are being delusional because the bear will kick your ass. I don't care how tough you are, how strong you are. They're way stronger than humans. And I'm not even like saying something about you. A bear would kick my ass too. Me and you could try to fight one bear. He would kick both of our asses.
Okay. All right. If you want to use a bear, we'll use a different terminology. A different scenario. Sorry. If I see what's something I could use that's more like actual realistic, because I still feel like I would, if I don't beat the bear, like I said, the person I'm with, I'm gonna make sure that person gets away.
Okay, Rashad, if I take you and I put you in a boardroom meeting with a bunch of high-powered executives and I ask you to do a presentation about something you know nothing about, are you going to be confident?
Wait, hold on. Why would I know nothing about it? Why would you set me up?
Let's just assume it's a hypothetical. Like it's something that you're not really that knowledgeable in. Would you be confident?
But I have some sort of knowledge already. Like I know what I'm selling.
Barely. Like it's not something. It's something you read about very briefly, but it's not something you know that much about.
I can do it. I guarantee you I do.
But will you be confident doing it?
Yes. Because
I
even though
severely doubt that.
About it, I don't know a single thing about it. I'm gonna still confidently say what I think because you can bullshit if you don't actually know it. You can bullshit. You confidently bullshit, they won't tell that it's bullshit.
Okay, either you're the most confident man on the planet.
No, I'm definitely not.
Or you're kind of bullshitting right now because if you're put in a situation where you have no experience in, where you're talking about something that you know nothing about, you are going to be nervous as fuck, and so would I.
No. Because nervousness is something that you can let control you. It's something you can control. You can let control you. Your nerves are a part of you. You can't control your body.
You have some control of your nerves, but you can't stop yourself from getting anxiety.
Okay, why can't you? You can't stop yourself from getting it, but you don't have to let it stay there. You don't have to let it stay there. You don't have to continually be anxious.
It's gonna manifest. Yeah, you could do like some meditation exercises, but if you're doing something that you don't have that much experience in, you're gonna be nervous. That's just human nature.
Okay,
man.
what is nervousness?
Nervousness is like you're not confident. You're like you don't really believe that you could accomplish what you're doing.
Okay.
Maybe you're stuttering a little bit. Maybe you're like like if you want to see nervous, look at me when I first did my first YouTube video. Like I wasn't confident. It was my first video. As I did hundreds of these videos, I became more and more confident because I've done it over and over again. Right. So confidence comes from consistent positive reference experiences. I'm confident in this debate because I've done hundreds of debates. Right.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do I seem nervous right now?
Do you seem nervous? No, I wouldn't say you seem nervous.
I've never done any sort of YouTube. I've never done like a debate with somebody that I've never spoken to before. It's my first time doing anything like this.
Yeah, I get that, but I think it's a little different because you're confident. You're confident in your argument.
I don't even base an argument. Like I didn't come in here with notes or anything.
I think you're confident in your ideas.
Yeah, I'm confident that either way throughout this discussion, like as you're a respectful debater. You're not trying to speak over me like that. But I'm confident in my ability to get my point across, whatever that point may be.
Right, because you're speaking on a topic that you know that you feel like you're knowledgeable about. You're not speaking. If I ask you, yo, Rashad, let's talk Game of Thrones. Let's debate Game of Thrones. You're not going to be as confident unless you're a Game of Thrones fan.
I mean, I've watched it. You can if you want to.
No, we don't actually. I'm not actually saying that. I'm using it as an example, man.
Okay.
Like, well, if you watched it, it's different. I just assumed like most people.
Yeah, I know. I'm good.
Haven't watched it, but okay. Let's get back to the initial point. So, what was the initial point?
So for one thing, so you have like set aside pickup lines and whatnot that you use, correct?
I wouldn't say pickup lines. I have certain responses that I would use in certain situations, not pickup lines per se.
So to generally speak, a script, correct?
No, I think when I'm texting a girl, there's a good amount of improvisation, but there's certain lines that I found that work really well in response to certain texts. So it's a combination of of me using my imagination and other things from the past that have worked already.
Okay, but this is the thing that you gotta see. You can do that because you have, like, you've scoped it. That's part of what you do. That's part of your game. Another person that's never tried it before, he's gonna take what you give him. Like, okay, say this. He's gonna say this. If he doesn't get the response that he wants, right? He's not gonna know what to do. He's gonna freeze up. That's not something you can give. You can't teach guys your game because that's your game. That's specific to you. As part of your character. Your character goes into how you like, what's the word we're looking for? Interact with women, right? That's something that you've developed.
Yeah, but but that's why I teach guys the mindsets behind the lines. So I'm like, this is why you want to say this. This is why you would do that. So I teach them the mindsets, and I really go hard on that so that they can understand why that works. So then they can come up with their own stuff, so they don't have to rely on lines. I'm really not a proponent of having to constantly rely on lines. I tell my clients and my viewers not to do that. I give them the underlying concepts, and I also do give them some lines to help them if they're stuck on something. I think that can be useful, but not to heavily rely on that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think good game is generally good game. There's not like, it doesn't matter if I'm doing it or you're doing it. There's like a lot of universal principles of good game that apply to matter who's doing it.
True, but all of those key principles, you have to understand that it was originated from a person that created it by himself. So that game in itself should be developed by each person. It'll vary between each person. So it's not something that you should be like, okay, do this, and this, and that. You're gonna get this result and this result and this result. That's not.
That would be really silly. Why would each person reinvent the wheel since there's universal principles? Like a person doesn't have to.
Think about it. If you teach somebody how to sell a car, all right, universal principles of how to sell a car, somebody else can do it better. I'm not trying to get people. I'm not trying to show people how to sleep with a girl, all right, or to get a girl. Or now, if she leave you a week down the road for somebody that's better, I'm showing you how to retain that woman multiple years on down the line, where she keeps fucking with the person that you are because you're being who you are. That's the difference between teaching somebody how to have game, because that will only work until it doesn't work. If you being yourself, if you're about what you say you are, then that's authentic. You're always gonna be that. So
unless your authentic self is someone who has no game, is not confident, in which case
everybody has game.
No, they don't. That's fundamentally disagree with you. If everyone had game, why would there be a massive incel epidemic right now?
Not everybody understands their game or has unlocked, but everybody has game. Everyone has the potential to have game.
Everyone has the potential to have game, which is different than everyone having game. I did not have game when I was growing up. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing with girls.
Genius. I'm a genius. Currently, I'm not one, but I have the potential inside me. It's a part of me to be one. So everybody has it inside of them, whether you find it or not, or how you get to it. That varies between people. Not everybody has gotten to it. Everybody has game.
There's a big difference between saying everyone has game and everyone has the potential to learn game.
It's not something you have to learn.
For a lot of people, it is something they have to learn, and some people learn from YouTube videos. Some people, what? Did
you learn it?
Yeah, I learned it, but I didn't have it when I was younger.
By who? Who taught you?
Who taught me? There was a whole bunch of people who I learned game from. I had a whole bunch of sources. A lot of it was trial and error. I mean, it was a whole massive painstaking process that literally was insanely fucking convoluted and taxing and tiring. So, and it took.
Nobody's taught me game.
What?
Nobody else taught me game.
I understand, dude. You're like a natural. Like you didn't have to but like it does seem like you are kind of like a natural. Like, well, I didn't have to like learn game from anyone. Therefore, no one else should have to learn game from anyone. But just because that would be like a really good salesman saying like, well, I didn't have to learn sales skills from anybody, so why should other people have to learn sales skills? Not everyone is naturally good.
What's so special about me that anybody else?
I have no idea anything about
I'll say I was just as average as anybody else. I went through the same issues, same problems with women, same like insecurities, whatever you want to call it. The same thing as anybody else. which means I'm a normal human being, average. Okay. Even still, I still am at the point that I am now. Every person.
Well, let's discuss that. What's the point you're at now? Like, how many girls have you been with? Do you have a girlfriend? Like, what's this
I
point?
don't know as of right now. No, I don't have a girlfriend because I feel like that's a waste of time. Because
Okay. How many girls have you banged in your life?
Lost track. I actually do have a number. Unlimited, because as of right now, I could go out. I could sleep with a girl right now. That number can vary between any time. There's no.
Well, what is it right now? Not in the future.
I couldn't tell you if I tried to.
Well, just a ballpark.
Like I said, I couldn't tell you if I tried to.
Because I'm trying to understand what the level that you're at is.
Let me ask you this. Well, how many girls that I've slept with affect what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because you're saying that, like, well, I got to this level naturally, so I'm trying to understand what this level is. If you slept with like 5 girls, then the level is really not that impressive.
The person that you see in front of you.
I don't know anything about you, dude. I've just started talking to you 20 minutes.
That's the thing. You don't have to know a thing about me, but the person that you see in front of you, that's the level that I am now. You don't see the depths of who I am. I don't have anything. I don't have to show records or whatnot, because the records or anything doesn't prove the person that I am. I don't have to prove the person that I am.
No, but you're saying like I got to the level where I am naturally.
Okay.
So I'm trying to understand what this level is. That's like me saying, like, okay, like, let me give you an analogy. This is like me saying I got to the level of business where I'm at now, and someone's like, okay, well, how much is your business making? Like, because if my business is making dog shit, then that's not really an impressive level, right? If my business is making a lot of money, then that is impressive. So I want to figure out what exactly this level is. So so I can judge whether it is something that's impressive. Maybe the level is not that impressive, and maybe you have a whole big room for improvement.
Okay, let me ask you this: if I said I was a virgin, if I said I got no pussy,
then I would say that you have not achieved any kind of level.
What? My opinion is invalidated being correct.
It's not that your opinion is validated, but then you can't do an argument of authority and say, well, I got to this level naturally because there has been no level that's been achieved. That's like me saying, I got to this level of business naturally. And you're like, what's the level of business? Well, I'm homeless. Like nothing has been achieved.
So by our discussion, how we talk, right? Do you think that I'm a virgin? Do you think bullshit? You think everything I've said is bullshit and it has no like basis to it?
No, I'm not saying everything you said is bullshit. I have no idea what the level that you're at is, because you're being like really, really vague, which I find bizarre. Like, I just think, like, if you ask me, like, what's your success with women, I'll just answer the question bluntly. Like, I don't understand why you're like kind of dancing around it and doing hypotheticals.
Because that in itself, like I said, these are all like patterns and whatnot. The self, the authentication of self, you shouldn't have to prove to anybody. Your natural worth, you don't have to prove it by getting validation from another person. That's something I would always tell you. So I won't tell you one thing and then go do another.
But it's not about validation. It's just about me understanding.
Because now in my head and in your head, my argument is only accepted if, okay, I have proof of this. I have some documentation of that I've done this, so therefore I am. That's basis. That's bias as well.
Okay.
So I'm saying you don't have to prove anybody like your own worth. That's something that only you truly understand. That's only something you need to understand. Everyone else doesn't have to. They just have to conform to it.
Okay, if I was a business advisor, right? I was like doing business content, and you asked me, okay, well, what have you accomplished in terms of your own business? And I said, I haven't accomplished anything. I'm actually a homeless person. Wouldn't that kind of dismiss my argument, my teachings?
Not really.
No, so that would be okay.
You're trying to teach other people. Okay.
Like I'm trying to teach other people how to be successful at business, but I'm personally a homeless person who has never succeeded at business.
See, that's two different things. I'm not trying to teach anybody. I'm coming over here to debate different issues. Like you're the teacher. I'm not. I'm just who I am. So
well, I get that. I get that, and I know you're not trying to teach anything. I just want to understand because you said earlier, like, I'm at this level. I got to this level naturally, and I just want to understand what this level is, because right now I still have no idea what the level you're at is. Whether it's
you talking to me, correct? So
but I can't read your mind.
You can interpret the person that I am, correct?
No, I cannot interpret what your level is from talking to you for half an hour.
I'm not saying you can't interpret the depths of me. I said you can interpret the person that I am, correct? By talking to me.
Not really, dude. I haven't known you that long. Like I can't like read you like a book.
Okay. Do I seem like somebody that's insecure or I get nervous easily?
I don't know, dude. Like in this conversation, like
Be honest. Does it look like
you seem like you're being like purposely vague, which is kind of annoying, but I don't think you're nervous. Purposely vague is like when you're like not answering a question for whatever reason. I don't think you're nervous. You just seem like you're kind of like acting a little bizarre with the vagueness, I guess. Like I don't know why you just wouldn't answer that question. Like it's a simple question, and then like we could have moved past it like 10 minutes ago.
ballpark 60?
Okay. All right, there we go. That wasn't so hard. And then how old are you?
Let me add 17. What's the change in the dynamic?
Sorry, what?
17. What's the change in the dynamic now that you have a ballpark number?
60, and it was 60. You've been with 60 girls and you're 17.
Roughly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that would be quite impressive for your age. Yeah. When I was 17, I was with 0 girls.
Yeah, but let me ask you, how does that change the dynamic? How does that give you a level of not a level, or an idea of my level now?
Well, because if that is indeed true,
No,
then
that's
that
bullshit.
what?
That's complete bullshit.
So it's not
Ballpark 60 bullshit. Let's be honest.
Oh,
It's 17.
so it's not true?
I just gave you a number. No, it's not.
Like, see, this is what I mean. Like, you're being like so weird and vague about this. Like, why not just tell me? Like,
you're missing the entire point. I just told you 60. From that, when I told you 60 girls, could you somehow conceptualize my level?
Yeah, I can, because if you've been with 60 girls at the age of 17, it means you have a high level of game and understanding of women, and means you're very proficient at meeting women. So yes, that would give me a really good indicator what level you are. That would be quite impressive.
Okay, but if I haven't slept with, fucked 60 girls plus, now somehow my game is not as good.
Yeah. That if you've slept with like one girl, that definitely means your game is not as good.
No, I said 60 was above. I went to a more absurd level, because why with 60 girls at 17? For one, why are you that easy to get to?
I don't know. I fucked like 300, 400, 500 girls. I don't know. Like, it's fun to fuck girls.
Okay, but in itself, like when you say a girl is easy, correct? What does that mean?
Wait, you're speaking so quietly. Speak up, please.
When you say like a girl is easy, her worth is like down here, correct? Because she's easy to get with.
No, I could care less. I like girls who are easy because I like having sex.
I personally don't care either, but I'm saying, in your head, if she's easy to get to, that's because she doesn't value herself as much.
No, I fundamentally disagree with that. I don't think girls can like casual sex just as much as men. So I don't put her value in my head lower just because she was easier to sleep with. No, not at all. I actually like girls who are easier because I hate fucking having to work for sex.
Okay, but you have to look at your general population. What you're teaching the general population. Words like slut, whore, and whatnot, all of those derogatory words and whatnot, they've came because of that. Girls being easy. So your general population that you're speaking to, you're a person that's developed. You have brains enough to know, okay, we all human, we all want to have sex. That's a normal thing.
Right.
Your general population isn't. Everybody
right, but I push back against that pretty heavily, and I say that like that's really dumb, and that there's nothing wrong with casual sex. So I think I'm pretty consistent in terms of the content I make, and pushing back against like this whole dumb notion that like, oh, you should judge women based on like the amount of partners they've had or whatever.
Okay, but let me ask you, why is it so easy to get you?
Why is it what?
Why is it so easy to get to you or get with you?
Because I like having sex with hot girls. So why would I not do it if I have an opportunity? It's fun.
Okay.
I'm not trying to like be Mr. fucking play hard to get. Like, why would I do that? I love having sex.
I guess we're in two different leagues. Like me personally, I feel like not everyone should have that access to me. Because if you get if you get let's say a $9 million mansion, not everybody can have a $9 million mansion because it's worth something more than every other house. You're not gonna let everybody. You're not gonna give it away to everybody. You're not gonna put it out. If it's a $9 million mansion, you're not gonna put it at 200,000, are you?
Yeah, I think those are two completely different things. Having a nice house and letting everyone in your house versus enjoying because you don't benefit from having random people in your house. It doesn't benefit you in any way to invite that random dude down the street to your house. But fucking a hot girl, that benefits you because you get pleasure from that.
Okay, but now I'm gonna say this. It's not something I do personally. The world be the difference if you fuck the same girl. If you just like having sex, what would be the difference if you just fuck the same girl?
What would be the difference if I fuck the same girl?
What would be the difference if you fuck the same girl rather than you fuck 10 different?
Well, I have a girlfriend, so I do fuck her the same girl, but I get pleasure from fucking new girls. It's fun. I like the novelty aspect.
Why so?
You're asking because that's how literally how my brain works and how a lot of people's brains works. I don't know. The novelty aspect adds to the excitement of the sexual experience.
To be honest with you, the more people that I have sex with, the more people that I sleep with, the less people I want to, because it's all the same. Like you get different walks of life, sure, like different ethnicities, different body, whatever you want to call it, but it's all basically the same. There's very slight differences. The more that you do it, you'll come to it.
I still don't understand why you won't give me a real answer to that question. Like we've danced around it for half an hour.
But the thing is, you wouldn't know the difference.
What does that mean? I wouldn't know the difference if you just tell me the truth.
If I stood on 60, you wouldn't know if it was hot or not. I said if I stood on 60, if I stood on that.
Well, now I'm gonna think that you're lying about everything because you're being so vague about it. Like I don't know why you just wouldn't like answer that question. It's such a simple question.
I told you 60, and I told you that was bullshit. I told you that.
Okay.
So why would I be lying about everything else? I'm obviously an open book.
So just answer the question for real.
I really don't care because I know.
So if you're an open book, just answer that question for real.
Why?
Because I want to know. Because like it's relevant to the argument. Because I'm trying to understand what level you're at.
What is the relevance? Tell me that.
Because you said earlier that I'm at this level, so I'm trying. What?
I'm at this level. I'm at this level of being that I am. This level in life, the person that I am today, that's where I'm at.
But I want to understand what level are you in terms of success with girls?
Why?
So I can understand whether your argument comes from experience, whether your points come from experience or shit you read on the internet. I want to know how you're basing what you're basing your arguments on.
Does it seem like I'm speaking on something I learned off the internet?
Like, why do you just answer every question I have with a question? Like,
because you can throw out like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like aggressive questions or whatever to try to throw off. I debate a lot. I know the tactics.
It's such a simple question.
No, but I'm saying the more you can try to break a person's argument down by finding issues in it or flaws. I debate a lot. I know how. I'm sticking to point. If you stick to point, fact is nothing that you can debate or is nothing you can crumble. So
Dude, we're talking.
Find something to say, okay, well, your entire argument is invalidated because you're on here. You're trying to find some sort of flaw or imperfection to make my argument or what I'm saying less than it is.
I don't even really understand what your argument is. As far as I know, like during this 40 minutes, the only argument you've made is that
That's
personally
went in so many different directions. I'm trying to.
I know, but like the only argument that I've understood is I've learned game myself and I got to this level myself. So that means that dating coaches are not necessary because other guys can get there themselves as well, right?
That's why my statement that I think your entire approach is. That's where that came from.
Okay, you think my entire approach is shit. Okay, now I want to understand what is that based on?
Because I don't think dating coaches should be a thing.
Okay, great. You don't think
you want to break down what parts of your argument I think are shit.
You don't think dating coaches should be a thing? Why? Because you learn game yourself?
No, because why should you prioritize that? It's so unimportant. You coaching,
Okay.
you coaching somebody how to play football. That's something that can benefit them, right? They can be successful in that, make money out of that. If you fuck a girl, what do you get out of that? Besides,
Having the ability, it keeps men from killing themselves. Having the ability to sleep with girls can be really, really beneficial for a man's brain, especially one who's in denial. I was really like depressed and suicidal when I couldn't get girls. I mean, I have a whole set of videos on that. And when I learned game and
but
I learned the
that's
ability to get girls, hang on, let me finish. Let me finish.
right.
When I learned that and I learned how to get girls, that had a massive impact on my mental well-being, on my self-esteem, and on my happiness. And as a result, I got to have a lot of fun experiences. I got to have a girlfriend. I got to do many, many things. So I think that being able to go from not being able to get girls to being able to get girls is massively beneficial for men.
You don't see an issue with that?
No.
A fundamental issue with that?
What is the
What if all of this, and say you take all of your advice, all of that, and he still can't get girls? That's where his mental, like his rope from out of his depression is supposed to be at, correct? Getting girls is what's supposed to pull him out of that. What if he can't do it? Now he just got to kill himself?
Yeah, first of all, I've never heard anyone say that I tried your advice for real and didn't work. But in addition to that, you can make that
Well,
argument. You can make that argument about literally anything. You could say like, "Well, what's the point of a business coach? What if you try the business advice, the marketing advice, and it doesn't work? Like, what if like you try? Like, you could make the argument about literally any type of
you try,
coaching.
but you said that getting girls is beneficial because it helps you like in a depressive state. I understand that, right? But
I
why?
think it helps you. Yeah, I think having sex is a good thing. I think a lot of people want to have sex.
What if they can't have sex? They supposed to just fuck off?
No, I think they should keep trying and try other things.
No. Try other things. That's what you said, right? You say you should just keep trying to try other things.
Yes, I think that if your goal is to have sex and that's something you're not able to get, and let's say you try my content and you're this one in a million person who doesn't have any success with it, then you should probably try someone else's content, right? There's a whole bunch of other dating coaches. Keep trying. I can tell you when I had Lyme disease and I wasn't getting better, I went to one doctor. He wasn't able to help me. You know what I did? I went to another doctor and I went to another doctor until I found a doctor who could help me get better. So yeah, I think whenever you have a problem, you should definitely keep trying until you eventually get there.
So when you have a problem, you think that you should go to other people to fix it.
I think you should. I think it's a good idea if you're not able to figure it out yourself to seek out advice elsewhere. Yeah, I think I do that. I do that for marketing, for example. I don't try to. I practice what I preach. So like when I'm trying to grow my business in terms of marketing, I don't just try to like figure it out myself. I look at marketing books and watch marketing videos. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to seek information from other people who have experience in it.
Okay. Well, all of that, you're basing it within yourself. You say you look at other books, other people. You're doing all of this for yourself. You understand that concept? Like this is all that you're taking to better yourself. This is work that you're putting in to better yourself. If you're going to a dating coach, you're not trying to find. You didn't first look at yourself. How can I improve myself to get more girls? You didn't put any work in yourself. You went to somebody else to copy paste it into your life.
No, you're just assuming a whole bunch of things. A lot of these guys have tried themselves and they failed, and that's why they come to me.
No.
Most of the people, they do try themselves before they come to you. Yeah, like that's pretty common.
Let me make a distinction here. Going out saying, "Hey, I think you're pretty. I want to fuck you," and it doesn't go well. That's not trying. That's low effort.
Dude, not everyone knows how. Not everyone can figure it out themselves.
Why can't you?
Because a whole bunch of people need mentors and guidance.
Why?
What's wrong? What's wrong with having a mentor? That's the fastest way to learn something.
Yeah, but it's also like an escape route.
No, it's not. It's literally smart people. Okay, there's a saying that goes like, dumb people, they learn. Dumb people, they make mistakes and they don't learn from them. Smart people, they learn from their mistakes. The smartest people, they learn from other people's mistakes. The fastest way to learn something, any skill, and game is a skill, is from other people who've already mastered it. That's the fastest way to learn. So yeah, like why would you not take the most expedited, fastest approach? Why would you dedicate waste years of your life trying to figure something out that you could get for free from someone else by watching their YouTube videos?
Because as of now, that's something that they're getting for free and expedited is not really better their life.
Well, that's your opinion, but like I've had hundreds and hundreds of testimonials of guys who say, "Hey, your content really made my life better."
Yeah, and getting girls.
Right, getting girls, which in turn made my overall life better. I'm happier now. I'm more content.
Wow.
How what?
I was trying to ask you, like, how does your happiness, how does your pleasure, how does your self-worth in any way have to do with a girl?
Because okay, let me try to walk you through this. Fucking a girl is fun. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
You want to have fun. Yes?
Yeah.
You can't have fun because you can't get a girl. If you learn how to get the girl, you can have fun.
No.
No, okay.
No. Because if you can't have fun, right? If you want to get girls, if girls are your fun time, that's how you get pleasure. But you can't have that. You're just supposed to be bored now. You're supposed to have fun.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, but the thing is a lot of guys who can't get girls, they're miserable because of that, because they want girls.
Exactly. They can't get girls, so their life is shit now. The thing that you should be doing, or I'm not gonna say you should be doing, I'm gonna say that it would be better, is if they found out how to have fun by themselves. That doesn't require anybody else. Your self-pleasure, what makes you happy should not be based upon anybody else.
I sort of agree with that, but I still don't see the issue with them learning game and being able to get girls. Yeah, in an ideal world, they would be able to have fun without the girl, but we don't live in an ideal world. A lot of things are not ideal. So I don't see the problem with me teaching them how to get girls, and then they're happier. Like, I think that having sex is a need, kind of like food and water. You won't die from not having sex, but it will take a toll on your soul. I can tell you, when I wasn't having sex, I was fucking miserable, right? And once I started having sex, I was a lot happier and my mind opened up. So yeah, I think I don't think there's anything wrong with learning to do a skill that you don't know how to do.
When you started having sex, was that still your priority? Like, the more you had, was that still what you were going for? Was that your goal, to have more sex?
No, at this point, I don't really care because I've already fucked hundreds of girls. At this point,
so
I know I can get girls. So at this point, like, I derive pleasure from other things. Yeah. Like, it changes, but you need to, like, you can't, it's like telling someone this is like telling someone from Nigeria who hasn't eaten in a very long time, or like a Holocaust survivor, like, bro, don't worry about food. Don't worry about food. He's like, motherfucker, I haven't eaten in like half a year.
That's a bad analogy, because food is something you need to survive.
Yeah, and I would argue that sex is something you need for your mental well-being. At least most guys do. Okay, I mean, you may think it's not, but for a lot of guys, they need sex for their mental well-being.
Monks, they commit their lives to celibacy.
There's exceptions for every rule. For every rule, there are exceptions. But generally speaking, most men, they do need to have some sex or some contact with a woman for their mental well-being.
Yeah, most people. You're creating most people. You're building average people.
So I should build these idealistic humans who don't need sex, who don't need women.
Well, you're coaching. If you take a football coach, the reason he has his job is because he can put together the best team, which is better than every other team. You shouldn't be making, I'm not trying to say that they're products or anything. What you should be influencing is better people, top of the line, because you know what women are going to go to? Top of the line.
Yeah, that's like sounds nice in theory. It doesn't really work that way.
Okay.
Like because as a guy, like what does it even mean to be top of the line? Like, just assuming like you get your fitness and business in order. Okay, let's assume you do that. That's still, I have a lot of clients who are really rich, who make bank, and they have every other element of their life in order. They still can't get girls without paying for it, right? So you still need the skill. It's a skill to be able to talk to girls, to seduce girls, to flirt with girls. That skill needs to be learned by every man, unless he wants to be a monk. If you want to be a monk, then don't follow my shit. Everyone else, I think it's a good fit for.
Look, you say you talk to rich people and whatnot, they still can't get girls, because all of that is material.
Wait, I can't hear you. What? What do you say?
I say you talk to people that are successful, whatnot, that still can't get girls. They can't get laid. They have to pay to.
Right.
Why? Because that's all materialistic.
Because of what?
Somebody that's materialistic.
Wait, can you speak up, please? I'm really having a hard time hearing you.
Materialistic. That's all of that is. Rich, like being rich, successful, whatever, in a business, whatever that may be. That's all materialistic. Has no grounds to it. It has no meaning to it.
So so what do you think what does it mean to be a better man, in your opinion?
It's building yourself.
Like in what direction? Like doing what?
Every direction. Your mentality.
Give me some specific examples.
Okay. Insecurity is a big thing, right? And between men and women. A lot of people are insecure in themselves. They don't trust themselves. Confidence is something that you could be prioritizing how to build.
Okay, how do you build confidence?
You teach someone how to trust themselves more so.
How do you do that?
Nothing more than trust.
Okay, so I tell someone trust yourself more. How do I get them to internalize that?
That's why you're the coach.
Well, no, because I don't teach like the feel good nonsense.
How does it feel good nonsense?
Because it's not actually
it's not something you can do. That's not something you can do. It's too hard.
No, you can't just like force yourself to be more confident. You can't just be like, I'm gonna be more confident, so I'm gonna trust myself. Like I want to see how you would teach someone. My method of teaching men to be more confident is going out there, interacting with girls, having positive experiences. So that's what's worked well. But I want to understand your method.
Yeah, that builds comfortability.
But I want to understand your method, which is like, okay, become more comfortable. Okay, how? Become more confident. Okay, how? Well, trust yourself more. Okay, how do you do that? How do I get men to trust themselves more?
Understand the person that you are. Once you understand the good and the bad inside of you, you can trust yourself in any situation.
How do you do that? How do you start understanding yourself, the good and the bad?
Okay, I'm gonna show you something that I started doing. Right.
Okay.
I have notebooks and whatnot, like tablets that I write who I am down, who I want to be, the good and the bad, like things that I've done, the person that I have been before. I've written down tons of. I've got 7 of them. Right. Once you start to unravel the person, so you can understand it.
So you're writing notes about what?
The person that I have been, like my flaws, the pros and the cons of myself, the good and the bad, right? Things that I want to work on, things that I think, okay, I'm good. Okay, I can prioritize this more, so I'm good in this area, right?
That sounds like journaling. You're journaling, right?
I guess you can call it that.
Yeah, I think journaling is good. A lot of successful people do it. I just don't really understand how that's going to make you more confident.
Understanding, that's what I'm saying. Once it's steps, right? Once you understand it, you can even go lower than that. Firstly, you have to understand it exists, right? Like once you're aware of an issue, let's say Christopher Columbus, right? He discovered America, correct?
Yes.
In history, in modern day history, he discovered America.
Yes.
But firstly, he had to know that there was more land in the world that exists apart from England, correct?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
So first he had to understand that there was more out there, correct?
Yeah, I think he discovered America by accidentally crashing his ship into America. I don't think he was like sitting there meditating on America.
You can act, yeah, he didn't know the depths of it, but why would he go selling if he didn't think that there was some more out there to be discovered?
I think because the Queen of England or Spain, I forget which country, sent him.
You can ask you could keep going up. Okay, well, he did it because of this person, but some person was aware or they had the thought that there was more to be discovered, right? Because you're not gonna go sell your ships off the end of the end of the world because they thought it was flat, correct? So they're not gonna go sell ships, all of that money, into nothingness. So they had the idea that there was more to be discovered, or else they wouldn't have went out in the first place. Correct?
I'm so confused what this has to do with like becoming more confident.
I'm breaking it down. I'm dumbing it down all the way. You said steps that you can take.
Yes.
First thing, awareness, right? Understand, be real with yourself. Understand that there's an issue, what things you need to fix. Understand that there's more to you be found that you can develop, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, take steps into discovering it, right? So sit in your room instead of being on TikTok scrolling or fucking YouTube, Instagram, whatever that may be. When you're bored, sit in that boredom, figure out who you are. That's how you start taking steps. That's when he built the ship and he set out on it, right? He set the ship to the oceans to find some new land. That's him taking action, correct? You follow?
Sort of. Okay.
Okay. After you start to like actually discover, like you start taking time, understand yourself more so. Once he started selling, then he came up on land, right? So once you come up on something, you come up on an issue, start working toward it, how to better it. Once he got off the ship, once he hit land, he got off the ship. He started working toward discovering this new land, correct?
I mean, I think the Columbus thing kind of proves my point. He got a positive reference experience. He sailed his ship. He found a new land, and now he's confident in the fact that that land exists. So yeah, like my approach to becoming more confident is going out there and doing it, and until you get repeated successes, and then you'll feel more comfortable doing it.
yeah,
Confident doing it.
man, you shouldn't. He had his confidence before he knew it existed.
I mean, you and I both have no idea what the fuck Christopher Columbus was thinking when he was sailing on that ship. He might have been nervous as fuck. He might have been having a panic attack every morning. We have no way of knowing
But
that.
even if that, you can get nervous. Nervous is, like you said, is something that happens anyway. That's not something that you let control you, though. Even though he might have been nervous, he might have thought there was sea monsters or whatnot.
Well, but if you go up and talk to a girl and you're nervous, she's going to pick up on that, and then you're not going to hook up with her, right? Because you do have to.
Like I said, it's momentary. It's something that's only there for a second. If you control it, if you let it sit.
No, I think anxiety lasts for more than a second for sure. But I think that if you go out there and you keep doing it and you push past your comfort zone, then you will become more confident. I don't think how sitting in a room is going to like make you more confident with girls.
No, obviously not. But you put yourself in more difficult situations. That's how you grow. You put yourself.
Right, but that's like what I advocate is putting yourself in more difficult situations.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't have to go into those situations anxious or not knowing what the fuck to do because you're setting yourself up to fail. If you're not going in there and trying to find a way out or set a goal in mind and reach that, know that you can reach that goal, you're gonna be stuck there. There's no point in doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easier said than done. I don't think anyone like.
No. That's what you say. You trying to paint this as a dream world. This is not a dream. This is something you can go out and do right now. You can go out, you can get in your car, drive to a fucking gas station. There's females everywhere. Do something you haven't done before. Step out of your comfort zone. Go up to the cashier. Try to get her number. That's not something that you have done before. It's not something you're even comfortable doing. You anxious doing it. You shaking it.
Well, yeah, but I'm an advocate of all that. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, trust yourself that you'll do it. That's the first key. That's the first step that will give yourself so much of a higher percentage of success. If you trust yourself enough to do it, because if you don't trust, you're not going to do it in the first place.
Yeah, that's nice. If you can trust yourself, great. I'm not against that, but I think a lot of guys don't trust themselves because they don't have like enough positive reference experiences.
No. If I go talk to 100 girls, 80 of them turn me down. I'm gonna still go talk to them. I got negative response and a positive one. I'm gonna still do it though.
Yeah, I agree. You should push past your discomfort and still do it.
But no, that did your entire argument down. Was you saying that you need a positive response? That's what creates confidence. It's positive responses. No.
Yeah.
If I get nothing but negative, I'm gonna still do it because I still think I can do it. I'm confident.
No, I think if you get a bunch of negative responses, you're not going to be as confident when you do it like the 10th time.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
I've been turned down, let's see, about 100% more
Yeah, I know everyone gets turned down, but I'm saying you also have positive experiences to balance it out.
Yeah, the more
I'm saying if you get nothing but negative experiences, then you are not going to be as confident.
yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing it until I get positive ones, until I get the ones I want.
But I'm saying if you don't get the positive experiences, your level of
I'm
confidence
gonna
is
keep
good.
doing it until I don't.
Right, but I'm saying if you don't, like you go out and you approach 100
Okay.
girls, they all reject you, you're not going to be as confident 101 girl.
Even if I continue to do it for years,
What?
I said even if I do it like continuously for years and I only get negative responses, I'm gonna still do it.
Okay, yeah, I just don't think you're going to be nearly as confident.
Like I said, it's trust, confidence. You're not gonna be as comfortable. That's you're messing up. You're messing up the two words. You're talking about comfortability. That's what you get from getting positive feedback from it. You get comfortable.
No, I think you're actually mixing those up. But dude, it's like 10 p.m. and I gotta dip because I have plans later tonight. We can do a part two. I'll be happy to do a part two, like anytime.
Okay, that's cool. But my point being, don't misinterpret the message that you're trying to send.
I'm not sure what the message is. Like, what,
What are-
my message or your message?
What is your message? What are you trying to teach? Girls,
A whole bunch of things. I mean, like, pick a category.
what is your main message?
I mean, this is like the thing the chick asked me in the first debate. My message is that I want guys to be better with girls and have the tools at their disposal to have the kind of sex and dating
So your
life
main
they want.
message, your main priority of like your main whatever you want to call it, your work, right? Your craft, what you're doing is teaching guys how to get girls, right?
How to be what?
Teaching guys how to get girls.
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, I'm a sex and dating coach, so yeah, I teach guys how to get girls. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see a need for that. I feel like it's a waste of time.
Okay. Well, yeah, you may think it's a waste of time. But there's a whole bunch of
Keep doing it. Wait, keep doing it, right? And that's how you make your money. Well, I'm sure you have other things, but that's one of the ways you make your money.
But it has nothing to do with money. Like, I don't do this for the money. I do this because I enjoy helping dudes. There's a whole bunch of shit that I do for free that I don't have to. I can make way more money if I want to. So, like, let's not just like make it seem like this is somehow like a ploy to make money. This is literally what I enjoy doing because this is something that I really struggled with when I was younger.
You enjoy helping guys.
Yeah, I do.
Right? Why not? Instead of just teaching them how to get girls, that's cool. You can do that. Whatever. Teach them how to better themselves too, though, as a person.
Because first of all, because I don't know how to do like this mental gymnastics of bettering yourself by like thinking about. And the second thing is that because guys don't come to me for that. Guys don't come to me and say, Alex, teach me how to be a better man. Guys come to me, Alex, can you help me get girls? And that's what I help them with. I'm not a life coach.
Why aren't you?
Because that's not what I want to do. That's not what I specialize in.
Okay. So like I said, so you don't really want to help guys be better people. You want to just help them get girls. You're taking the easy way out.
How is that the easy way out? This is just
because getting girls is easy. Would you disagree?
This is like going to a financial consultant and saying like, well, why don't you teach these guys how to be more secure? Motherfucker, I'm a financial consultant. I help them with their money. Well, you don't really care about them because you only help them with their money. Why don't you help them with themselves? Like everyone has a specialty. This is mine. I'm not going to try to like pretend like I'm a master of like every like jack of all trades and I can do everything. Like, oh, let me help you guys be better men. Let me help you with your business. Like I specialize in this one thing. That's what I'm focused on. So yeah, that's what I teach. I'm not going to like teach things that I don't really know that much about.
My point is, if you really say that you want to help them get girls and whatnot.
Wait, what?
More girls.
Yeah, I do. I want to help guys have the kind of sex and dating life that they want.
That's how you do it, though.
But no, like I don't believe you just do it by becoming a better man or leveling up. I think
you don't. Wait, hold on. So what do you think? What do you think helps them get more girls?
I think learning this.
You said that you've had countless rich people, successful people, all that. come to you still needing help. So what do you
Because
think?
none of them have the skills to talk to women. They don't understand what women want. They don't understand how to flirt with girls. They don't understand how to seduce girls. They don't have that skill.
Okay, so how do you
What?
acquire that skill?
By like, what do you mean by listening to
How do
me
you, how do you get
and
better?
practicing my advice and doing it over and over again until it becomes second nature?
So reiterate that, all right? Because I feel like you said a lot. You said a lot of words, but you're really not saying anything.
I think I'm being extremely clear.
Nah, you can, like I said, you can say a lot of words, but has nothing to it. There's no substance to it.
Well,
So
what are you confused about?
what do you do? How are you teaching
I
guys?
explained this like 20 times. I help guys improve their sex and dating lives.
How?
It depends on what they're trying to do. We're talking about at a bar, on a dating app. Like, there's a lot of nuance to it.
No, it's not. It's how to get more girls.
Right, but there's nuance to it. It's not just like there's one little tip that I have in my head that once I give to the guy, they're good. I have to analyze what they're doing and look for problems in their approach and just try to optimize every part of their strategy, right? So it's not like I have this one tip hidden in my mind. Once I give it away, the guy's good. That's not how it works. There's no like magic line or magic mindset.
Obviously, I'm the person that's going against that. Obviously, I know that.
Okay.
Saying it's not. You're trying to categorize it. You're saying, okay, well, it breaks down. I have to help him out with this part and this part and this.
Yeah, because there's a lot of nuance to it. Let's like go into a financial consultant and asking, well, how do you make money, right? Like, well, how do I become richer, right? It's a really vague question. It depends on exactly where you are, what you're trying to do, and a whole bunch of other factors.
But your main thing that you do. So okay, you can't say that you're helping guys get more girls. You have to say, I'm helping guys text girl better.
No, I can definitely say that because I've had hundreds, if not thousands, of guys tell me that they've got more girls following my strategies.
Okay, so like I said, how? You're one part. In one part,
Each one of those was different. I mean, like, well, some of them was they optimized their.
Because you're saying one part, you're trying to generalize it. You're saying I generally help guys get more girls. Then I say
Right.
how? And well, you have to break it down because it differs between each person.
Right.
Sure, but how do you help guys get more girls?
like I said, it depends on their situation. How I've helped guys is improving their Tinder profiles, start getting more matches, improving their text game, improving what they're doing on the date, improving their ability to build sexual tension, improving their ability to carry a conversation. I mean, it just really depends. Like, I have to take a look at it. When I have a client, I take a look at what they're already doing, and then I go from there. It's not like just like I have this magical upline or approach that I'm like hiding from them, and then I just give it to them, and then that's it. They're all set.
Obviously, I feel like that's a no-brainer.
Right, but then I don't know why you keep asking me the same question. I've answered it so many times.
Because the answers that you're giving, you're trying to say one thing, right? Because it sounds good, but then when you try to break it down, you compartmentalize.
Because it is different. It's like it's like going to financial advisor and being like, "Yo, how do you make money?" It's like, well, it depends. What kind of investments do you have? We're talking about, whoa! You're trying to compartmentalize it. You're trying to talk about you have to.
You keep going. You keep going to the financial advisor how to make money.
Yeah, I'm trying to make an analogy how stupid the question is.
Different analogies, because one is something that is currently being manufactured continuously. There's always being more money produced. That's something you can get without having. You can go out and take money if you want to. That's not anything difficult to get. We're not talking.
I think being really financially well off is fairly difficult and requires some skill and knowledge and financial knowledge.
It is the easiest it has ever been to be successful.
Okay, then why is every single person not rich as fuck?
Because people are lazy and they sit on their ass all day trying to get girls.
Okay, are you rich as fuck?
No, I'm 17.
Okay.
I just graduated.
So like you're like saying, oh, it's so easy, except no one does it, and I haven't done it, and I don't know anyone who's done it.
Okay.
Right. So like I don't know how you're arguing that it's easy when you haven't done it, when pretty much no one on the internet has done it. Very few people have done it, and you're like, oh, it's so easy. Like, It's not that easy,
I
man.
didn't
If it
say
was
it.
easy, everyone would be rich as fuck.
No. Hold on. Because you're trying to do the thing where you break down my argument again, try to find chunks in it. I didn't say it was so easy. I said it is the easiest it has ever been to become successful.
Okay, sure,
the
I
things
would
we
agree with
do.
that, but it's still really hard.
So that's gonna stop you because it's hard. You're supposed to.
No, it's not, dude. I'm already financially very well off. I'm gonna be pretty fucking rich in the next few years. But it's not easy. I'm not gonna like fucking just make it seem like it's super easy. Like this is taking a lot of discipline. Like building my business has not been easy. It's taking a lot of patience, discipline, and a lot of hard work. Yes, I'm gonna still do it, but it doesn't mean it's easy.
Okay, but that's why your analogy on you ask a financial advisor, how do I get rich? He's a financial advisor. That is something that different from everything else. There's so many different.
Yeah, and I'm a dating coach, and that's what I focus on.
That's a whole thing because now you're dealing with people, not inanimate objects. You're dealing with people, so you can't use a financial advisor money.
Yeah, you can because the person who's making the money who goes to a financial advisor, he's still a person, and the people have a lot of emotions when it comes to investing.
Okay, all right, okay. Do you think you can go to a financial advisor and say you can get a whole walk down on how to be successful?
Do I think you can go to a financial advisor and do what?
Get a whole walk down, like he give you a whole line out. Word for word.
I think if you have a really good financial advisor, he can guide you in the right direction and help expedite your process of becoming wealthy. Yeah.
So why can't you do that as a dating coach?
I do that. I do that all the time. I expedite the process and make it easier on people.
No, because for one, you try to use it as a scapegoat one time. You say, "Well,
I'm not using it as a scapegoat, but you're asking me how do I help people? I'm telling you, it depends on the situation.
Your entire thing was a second ago. Can you go to your financial advisor and ask him, "How do I get rich?" That was your one thing saying no, but now you're saying you can.
Right, but he's going to ask you questions. It's going to be based. It's going to be specific. There's not one magic line your financial advisor has. He's going to say, "Well, let's take a look at your portfolio. Let's take a look at your investments. Let's see what you're already doing." And that's exactly what I do. I'm like, okay, well, let's take a look at what you're doing right now, and then optimize that strategy. There's not like a one size fits all solution that I have for my clients. That's the thing. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you is that there's no easy way to answer that question. It's just dependent on what the person's doing. I can give you examples. I can give plenty of examples. There's not just one like general answer that I have how to get girls.
There is. There's one universal answer to that.
Let me guess. Become a better man.
You see how simple that is? You see how
it's simple. It's also super dumb because girls don't have an app that says, "Oh, Rashad just became a better man. I can better go over there and suck his dick."
That's another thing you keep doing. You keep bringing it back to an app. Why are you having people using an app?
How are girls going to know you've become a better man?
Go out.
You still have to talk to them, though. You still need the skill set of
still need to go out. That's the thing. You need the skill set of all that.
But you also need the skill set of how to talk to girls.
That's part of being a better man. Game is not something that is only relevant to women. Game is something that is in every aspect of your life.
I don't know what that means. Like, me personally, I just game girls. I don't game like dudes or whatever. But I don't know what you're getting at.
No, obviously not. Okay, but game in itself is not something that's only locked behind getting girls. Game is defined easily, right? The whole concept, you can break it down into getting girls, right? But the actual act of it, how to do it, is not some specific thing that you do. It's bettering yourself as a person. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that, than bettering yourself as a person. You also need the skill set of flirting, the skill set of seducing a girl, how to escalate. Just bettering yourself is not enough.
How isn't it? If you acquire this skill set, if you acquire all of this, are you not bettering yourself?
Yes, I'm not against guys bettering themselves, but I'm just saying that there's some specific skill sets that just bettering yourself is not going to get you.
Because you break down mine and break down yours. One, you just said you can't do it, right? You said that bettering yourself and getting girls are two different avenues, basically.
No, I think there's some overlap.
Okay, some overlap.
Yeah, I just don't think that
Wait,
bettering yourself is enough to get you girls.
How isn't it?
What?
How isn't it?
How is it good? I've just answered that question because you need to be able to talk, to seduce, to flirt with a girl.
All of that is what? Let's dumb it down. Let's take it all the way down to top level. All of those things, seeing, talking to girls, whatever, acquiring those skills are what? Say it with me. Bettering yourself.
I mean, if you want to call everything that in the world bettering yourself as a man, then sure, we can do it. But you still, I just don't like you. If you acknowledge that you have to learn how to flirt with a girl, then what's wrong with watching a video that helps you how to flirt with girls?
You see, that's why I said the first part. This whole thing is unnecessary. Sure, it exists. Dating coaches exist. It's an avenue that you can go to. Sure. I'm saying it's not supposed to be, or it shouldn't. There's no need for it.
Okay, but you can make that argument. There's no need for anything. There's no need for financial advisors. There's no need for life coaches. There's no need for anything. Yeah, it helps people. That's the thing. That's what matters.
It's making it more complicated.
What? I really don't think it makes it more complicated.
It is, because you say, one, you're trying to say it's two separate things. Getting girls and bettering your life are two separate things. You're saying there's some overlap. This is what you think. There's some overlap.
Yes.
Different things.
Yes.
It's not.
Okay, that's your opinion.
How is it my opinion? You can agree with it, but it's only my opinion.
I agree with what? I agree that there's some overlap, but I didn't agree with the fact that it's just bettering yourself is like sufficient or something like that for getting girls. Unless you like literally put everything under the bettering yourself as a man umbrella, things like flirting and escalating. If you put it all under the bettering yourself umbrella, then yeah, I guess it is enough. It just depends on how you define bettering yourself as a man.
It doesn't matter how you define it.
Oh my God, dude. It's like talking to a wall. I swear to God, man. Like, how do you
think I feel?
Like, bro, you're like asking me the same question over and over and over again, and then you're just like, but then like you don't answer any of my questions. Like you still haven't answered.
Ask me a question. I'll answer every one of the questions.
You haven't answered the body count.
You haven't gotten the answer you wanted because it's not something you can pick apart. But I've answered every one of your questions.
No, you spent half an hour dancing around the body count question.
Yeah. Because I was trying to let you see that there's no relevance. When I debate, I like to stay on relevant topics.
All right, so I have to answer all your questions, but you like 5 times over.
Because all of my questions have substance to it.
No, they don't, dude. Like the whole chat is like looking at this and they're like, "What the fuck is this guy on?" Like we've literally just gone in circle over and over again.
You have to understand something about me. I don't care about general population. I don't care for anything or how they view me, because they're all the same people in my head. They're all the same person. They all need the same help and the same things. Why would I care?
I have no idea, but I'm just saying it's not just me who thinks that you're kind of going in circles. It's a whole bunch of other people.
You're saying, yes, I am going in circles because you're dancing around it.
No, dude, I've answered every single one of your questions extremely directly.
You're running around to where you can find a win.
No, dude, I've literally answered every single one of your questions extremely directly. You just keep asking me the same question over and over again, and I've given you the same answer over and over again. I don't know how many times I can answer the question, how do you get guys better at game? Like I think I've answered it over and over again.
Okay.
Like I don't know, like if you don't like the answer, then I'm sorry.
I gotta dumb it down to such a level, right? I'm gonna dumb it down again. I'm gonna try to break it down. Do you agree that the best way to get girls is to become a better person?
When you say become a better person, do you mean when you say become, I need to understand what become a better person means to you. Do you mean also things like flirting and escalation?
Yeah, that's all part of being a better person.
So having game falls under the being a better person umbrella?
Yeah, like I said, game is not only for women.
Okay, so if everything falls under the being a better person umbrella, then yeah, I would say that, yeah, sure. If you put it under that umbrella, then sure.
Okay, so
but the question is, how do you become
it's all under one umbrella. where then is the need for dating?
What?
Where then, if it's all under one umbrella, where is the need for a dating coach? Why are you breaking it up? Like I said, you're making it more complicated.
No,
It's
dude,
all-
because the vast majority of people don't think that, oh, I'm gonna fucking sit in my room and write in my journal, and that's gonna improve my flirting skills.
Are
Or
you trying to develop a mass majority of people? No.
am I
You're
trying to?
develop a top percent of people, correct? That's what you should be doing.
I'm just trying to help dudes get laid, man. Like my job is pretty
Like I said
straightforward.
earlier, taking the easy way out. If you want to take the easy way out, by all means, do that. But if you're gonna say you're one thing, stick through it.
But that's what I do. I've been extremely upfront about that. I do think it makes people's lives better.
You don't care. The only thing you want to help guys with is how to get laid.
That's my specialty, dude.
But just say it. Just say it.
Well, it's I wouldn't say it's just to get laid. It's to be able to have the kind of sex and dating life that they want.
The sex and dating life that they want. All of that. That sounds nice. Teaching guys how to get laid. That's what you're doing.
Well, if they want to have casual sex, yes. If they want to have a girlfriend, yes. Whatever falls. I don't care what.
I dance around questions. It's a simple yes or no question.
Because you're
doing all the breakdown and run around. Is your goal teaching guys how to get laid more?
It's one of my many goals.
Okay.
Dude, because I also help guys get girlfriends and shit. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just neglect that because you don't like it?
No, you said
it's a big part of what I do is helping guys get laid. I also help them with other elements of their dating life. Anything that falls under improving their sex and dating life, that's what I help them with. That's my job description.
Okay, if you date someone, you're gonna have sex with them?
Yes, I would assume so.
Okay. Sex in itself, that's getting laid, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so dating in its core definition would just be getting laid, correct?
No, I think there's more to dating than just getting laid.
Obviously. But you're not teaching guys how to be the best man in a relationship, right?
I do have videos like that, yeah.
That's what you're actually putting out?
I don't know how to say it more plainly. I teach guys how to improve their sex and dating life, whatever that is for them. That's my job description. Yes, getting laid is a big part of it, but it's not the only part of it.
Okay. So
I don't know how I can.
Okay, maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm the issue here. Because, like I said, I watched 3 or 4 of your videos.
Yeah, I just don't think you're understanding that like very simple answer. So anyway, like I do got to dip because I do got to get to this restaurant.
That's cool. I got thing on those. But what you're saying is your main thing of what you're doing, the current content that you put out, is to A, get people laid, get guys laid, and B, how to be better men in relationships, and how to make a relationship last longer, and intentionally or eventually get married. Correct?
That's up to them. I mean, I don't tell them what to do, but I help them with anything.
But no, because you teach them how to date.
There's more to just stop interrupting me. There's more to it than just getting laid. Yes, that's a big part of what I teach. I also teach them how to have the dating life that they want. If that wants having a girlfriend, I do have a lot of content on that. So I do a whole bunch of like fucking shit involving sex and dating to just narrow it down to I just help guys get laid. It doesn't really describe the full range of what I do, but it is a big part of it for sure.
Okay, all right. You know what? You want to break it down? You're gonna say a big part.
No, dude, because it's fucking 10:30. We can definitely do a part 2 like anytime. But I do gotta dip.
If I have the time or not.
What?
Well, I don't know if I have the time a lot. I do a lot of things. But like I said, just answer this last question. Your main goal is getting people or teaching guys to get laid.
Dude, I don't know how many times I can answer this question.
No,
it is one of my main goals, but there's more.
But your main. You said you also
I don't have one main goal. I don't care if guys use my content to get laid or to get a girlfriend. It makes no difference to me.
See how you dance around? Because
there's not dancing around. That's me honestly answering the question.
You just said that you do all of these other things you teach guys, but your main thing is how to get laid. Yes, you agree with me. But now I
don't know how to say that it's my main thing because I don't care whether guys use my content to get laid or to get a girlfriend. I'm not trying. Okay, let me just try to explain this one more time, and maybe you can understand this.
A simple yes question.
because there's not a simple.
I spent 40 minutes on one question apparently, but you
Right, like there's a big difference. Wait, guys, can you shut up? There's a big difference between dancing around a question for 40 minutes and me trying to give you a little bit more of a complex answer, because it's not is your main goal.
More of a complex answer.
Because I have more than one goal, dude. It's not just I don't care if guys use my content to get laid or to get a girlfriend. That's what I'm saying.
No. You might not care how you do it, but you also have intent with the content that you put out.
That I what?
You have intentions of the content that you put out.
I don't have an intent to help guys have a lot of. No, I don't. My intent is to help guys achieve the kind of sex and dating life that they want. I don't know how many times I can say the same thing over and over.
What is your main goal?
I just answered that question. Do you want me to repeat myself for half an hour?
Your main goal? No,
I don't have one main goal, dude. It's just if I had to describe it, it would be to help guys achieve the kind of sex and dating life they want. I don't know how many times I can.
You making a dream work. You see how you saying all these things? Me and you both know the answer. If you don't want to say it,
no, dude, I don't give a shit. Like if it was just helping guys get laid, and that was my main goal, I would just admit that. I could care less. It's just not. That's not true though. Like I legitimately don't care whether guys use my content for getting laid or for getting a girlfriend or for getting married. It makes no difference to me. I just want to help guys have the kind of sex and dating life that they want. This is the 20th time I've answered that same question. Do you want to ask me the 21st time, or is that answer sufficient?
Okay. So it's equal.
What is equal?
The sex and the dating is equal.
Yeah, it's equal. I don't care.
Your content is equal throughout. All your content that you put out, that you are putting out, is equally dating and sex life.
My content, okay, I don't know how to explain. My content is designed to help guys get their foot in the door, get laid with the girl.
We're not talking about all of your content because you put out. Obviously, you develop as a content creator. You have main focuses. But what I'm asking you is your main content.
Yes, okay. I will acknowledge that most of my content has a focus on casual sex. Is that?
That is so simple. You see how easy that was.
Right, but that's not the same thing as my goal is to help guys get laid. Those are not the same thing.
I say your content, what you mainly put out, your intentions. That's very simple. Your main intentions is, like you said, teaching guys how to have casual sex, which is cool.
Oh my god, dude! This not. I keep telling you that I don't care if they have casual sex.
If I could record you, and
I said that my content has a.
You could see like you are literally answering.
It's literally like talking to a brick wall. Oh my god, dude! I feel like I'm talking to a robot right now. I've explained this same thing 20 times. I'm saying yes, my content does have a let's just say a focus on casual sex. However, that's just simply because that's what I've mostly done in my life. However, I do not focus. I don't care if guys use my content to have casual sex or to have a girlfriend. Nor do I inflict my ethics and my ideals on my audience. So I don't try to steer my content and say, you guys should have a lot of casual sex. I don't do that. If that was the case, then I could say that my goal was to help guys have casual sex. I don't do that because I don't care. I think it's up to them what they want to do with game, whether they want to use it to have a lot of casual sex or whether they want to use it to get a girlfriend. It simply doesn't matter to me. That's their decision.
So, all right. We want to dumb it down again.
Oh my God. No. We're not. Dude, I've told you I have to go 20 times, dude. You just keep asking me the same question over and over again. If you want to come on tomorrow, we can dumb it down for 3 hours when I don't have dinner plans. But I really fucking got to dip. It's fucking 10:30. So you want to come on tomorrow night and you want to really dumb it down, I can answer this question another 50 times if you want.
I'll let you know.
Oh my God. Okay, fine.
I'm not a female. I'm not gonna say I'll let you know. Just get out of it. I'll let you know because I don't know what my schedule is looking like tomorrow.
All right, dude. All right, man. That's fine.
Cool.
All right, dude. Take it easy. Good luck. All right, guys. Oh, I need a mental break after that. Yeah, I'm gonna go get food. I would have gone longer, but I legitimately have plans. You hear people in the background. I'm keeping everyone waiting, so I gotta dip. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully, you guys have fun. Cheers. Peace.